Boom! Welcome back to the waviest podcast in the UK.
Yeah.
The best in the business. Real talk, true stories.
That's a fact.
It is. It's a fact, isn't it? Is it an opinion? It was an opinion at one point.
That's our fact.
It's our fact. It's our truth. It's our truth still.
Our truth.
To my right, co-host
Don't know.
with the most.
Yes.
Prestige D Prestige.
Listen, Lambo's finest. D Gully, what's going on?
We're changing his name from D Gully. No, do you know what? Today D Gully suited, bro. You come with the poo shiesty mask.
Their
variations.
This is you ain't got time for a haircut and you got to make an executive decision.
Yeah.
Kind of go, like bad hair days, they live forever on the net.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the poo shiesty thing today and just.
Yeah, I thought he made me jump outside. I was waiting for Target and this I thought I was getting robbed. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I realised it was the co-host actually on time. It's crazy.
Came out the womb with a shaper. I don't know, bro.
Them constantly fresh tones.
You get me?
I've never seen it.
Nah, man. This I ain't even had a cut, but I'm here, man.
I feel like it's a West London thing, though.
It might be, it might be, It's got a point.
To stay fresh.
It's got a point still. I feel like we've got some of the best barbers in the country as well. All in West and that. Yeah. But anyway, come on. But they got South. But anyway, to my left, friend of the show, brother of mine, known him for a very, very long time. So honoured to have you here.
Yes.
And we finally made it happen. It's the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Target,
Don't
Targo.
know.
Yeah, man.
What's
It's
good
to
to
be here, bro. It's good to finally be
And
here.
we made it happen, G. It's been a long time coming.
Done.
Cousin, man. And you know what it is as well, like to get there's so much to unpack with you. So to get like not the smooth talk, but like the intro, we go so far back, bro. I don't know, like I just know that like I met Wiley when I was a youth, and Wiley always showed man love from like Tudor Road, Joyce's Wine Bar,
that's good.
Boulevard.
This is like foundation settings.
High Wycombe.
These are some of the spots where Roll Deep.
It's
really,
early.
Yeah, it was really cutting its name, and especially when coming out to West London.
Yep.
Spots like Tudor Rose,
Old
going out even further, like you said, to High Wycombe.
Yeah, Uxbridge.
That circuit that was happening then was really what was building Roll Deep.
That's why sometimes when I'm on the pod and that, I don't think like the viewers understand, bro, that I was actually there, bro. Like Jamaica used to ring me to let me know we're coming down. Meet us there.
This is foundation stuff.
Tinchy Strider was tiny, like back then. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Tinchy was like 15, 16, but looked 11.
Yeah, bro, with bare dripping in academics.
Yeah,
too baggy.
Way too big for
him.
Yeah, bro.
So I just remember them days, and it's like where we kind of, I don't know if you remember, because you deal with so many artists and that, but where we kind of connected proper was when it's the typical Wiley trick. I'm going to do this for you and help you with that, and then take this number. He's going to follow up on it for me. And it turns out that I'm talking to a guy that I just think's Wiley's friend helping me, and it's Target on the phone. You get me? And Target is like, yeah. And I think you sent me a beat, which became like one of the first Aim High DVD instrumentals or something take to Laylo FM and all that, and do a version of it. And then about a year or so down the line, I always big up Wiley for it on the podcast just because he was like the person that connected us. But the reality is Target took me to One Extra. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember this?
Yeah, the old building, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
The building house where we was at the compared to where we are now, the ghetto building.
Yeah, the old school thing. What's my man on the front desk? Black brother.
Billy. Billy's not even. Billy ain't even there.
I know. I bumped into him somewhere.
Billy's doing his thing somewhere else.
Security and that.
Yeah, he was the guy. The main guy on the door. Everybody knew Billy's security.
He got me in the door a lot when I shouldn't be sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Well. Big him up still.
Shout out Billy, bro.
Now he's not there, we can say that. But you know what it is? That day you not only took me to the building, but you walked me to Tim Westwood, and the way I learned a lot from that day, because what you did, is you said to Westwood like, yo, this is Wiley's guy. And then that automatically was like, cool, what we doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than like, show me what you got, it was like, oh, you got it then. Because Wiley said it.
When you're dealing with someone like a Westwood, or even like a lot of the names in the industry at the time, or even now, like as much as a cosign is and everything, like having the cosign, especially then, like saying, listen, this is Wiley's guy. Like, that's why I probably would have done that. I know that Westwood has so much respect for Wiley, and Wiley's known for finding talented artists. So as soon as you say that, people's ears perk up immediately, rather than to Westwood or to someone like that. It's like, here's another new artist to add to
that might be
10,000 new artists that you've been introduced to, sent music from. So that's just, I've always noticed from early, like, you've got to kind of use your relationships. And
I learned a lot from you, though.
Yeah, no, thank
for
you.
real, because you know the way he was patterning it was like, I realised I've got to do that for the youths next time when it's my turn to do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because Semtex, I'll never forget, he actually burnt my mixtape in front of me.
What?
like copied it.
Oh, I thought you meant
Nah,
right.
but
like
you know when you burn
like
this,
what?
this old school, like he actually,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
because
CD
I
burner,
could see in
yeah.
his eyes that this is Wiley's guy. I could regret not doing this, but it was the way you worded it. You know what I'm trying to say? It meant it resonated.
That goes a long way, man. And first impressions as well. That's another thing. Like first impressions count. I know it's a classic old saying.
Yeah. Introduction, solid.
100%.
Yeah, man.
100%.
And I always remembered that, and that's like our kind of like where you know what I mean. But it was mad because I used to call you and say like, "Raw." When I didn't know it was you at first, he was like, "I'm gonna give you my brethren's number. He produces." That's what he said. That was his exact words. Like, which was proper understatement. This is DJ Target.
You know, I'm laughing though because Wiley has done this in different ways with so many different people, and not just with me. It could have been with like Danny Weed. It could have been with like sending Manga to the Roll Deep studio when none of us knew. He ended up staying and being part of Roll Deep. But
no one knew.
Bro, like he's told this story many times as well. Like,
I didn't even know that, you know.
Wiley was, I think the story was Wiley met him in West as well because Manga's from Northwest. After a couple of months, Wiley rang Manga, was like, "What crew you in?" Yeah. Manga said, "I'm not in any crew."
He was on.
He was like, "Right, you're gonna be a Roll Deep." We was making an album at the time.
I remember it still.
He told him to come to the studio. I just told him, I basically told him I sent you, and that's what happened. He just turned up. He was like, "Why is Wiley here?" Wiley wasn't there. We let him come in because he was like, Wiley told me to come down.
And everyone's heard that so much.
He sat there all day. Wiley never ever came that day, but
which is common.
People just started taking to him, and like we'd all met him for the first time. And after a few days of being in the studio, and obviously Wiley had come, and he just ended up joining in. And
that's crazy.
First thing he did was go on When I'm Here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's that album. Yeah, When I'm Here.
This is like 2 days after meeting us.
I actually remember it still. I actually remember it because he got a lot of hate.
I can imagine, bro.
Man, which I didn't rate, but
2 days in and you're on When I'm Here. That is mad.
Sometimes man can't hear half a killer P.
That was late. I feel like
that's my guy.
Kills was around as well, man.
Come on,
I think what Manga did always have then. Was that work rate and the hunger was there then, and he still got it now. So
he used to fully pull up to like pirate radio stations all the time around here, and no one knew him at the time because he was like you said, he went in a crew. In West and Northwest, you had to be in a crew, but in the long run, he done better because he wasn't in a crew. Like West crews were a bit kind of never left West and that, if you like. That's why like when Wiley pulled man through and gave man the bring in, it was like people like me, Marcy Phonics and Hyperfen and Purple and
even like Ice Kid.
He's from my region.
But it was happening all over London. Like Wiley would find this different talent from wherever and kind of plug it into like the East London circuit, which was kind of like the epicenter or whatever.
That
especially
was
Grime, especially as Grime was coming up.
You put that very politely.
I know, like
because I've heard when Lethal B talks about this.
Yeah, but
not so polite.
No, but I think no one's gonna argue that Grime didn't really form and kind of get kick-started and grow from East London. There'll be people from all over London who had their moment, who had a record, who was part of the influence, but it was just too much going on in East London. You had the radio stations, you had all of these different crews that ended up being like Seminal crews. So I don't think anyone can really argue it. No. People do kind of argue where in East London.
Is it? What, they actually do that?
I think I hit other parts of East London were like, well, no, but it was here and it was there, but I think
instead of us going into where you grew up, right? Because we're on East. We're on East, right? We're on the topic of grime. It is what it is. We're in, right?
Pause.
No, we're in the deep end. Is that the album? Is that the album? No, I'm joking. I was trying to
slightly pause.
Yeah, that was a big pause.
The album title was slightly pause.
Alright, we're on topic then. Yeah, does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Of area, cool, location, and that. So when I was chatting to you on the phone, I remember you saying you was in Norwood or something.
Yeah.
Remember them times?
What happened?
You from East originally?
No, I grew up in East, like born and raised East London, lived in Bow, Devon's Road, like one of the main strips in Bow. That's where everybody knows me from there. But when I was 18, I lived with my nan in Bow. I didn't even live with my mum in Bow. My mum always lived in South.
Yeah.
I had like one of them mad kind of upbringings where the families are kind of all over.
We all have that, I think.
Yeah, so I'm over in East London with my nan. My mum's in Bow. So when I've got to 18, or 16 or whatever age was to apply for a flat, you had to put your name down straight away
on the list.
Like, that was the advice. As soon as you turned of age, even if you're not planning to move out for 2, 3, 4 years, put your name down because it takes time, 5, 6, 7 years. So I put my name down. Somewhere in that system, there's been some kind of mistake because when I was 18, my nan passed away. And for some reason,
God bless her soul, man.
Big her up. For some reason, the councils had me down as homeless. I wasn't homeless. I was just living in.
But
the
by
flat.
default, it makes sense though.
But I got offered a flat. But the flat they offered me was in Crystal Palace. Imagine Central Hill Estate, like
Hill.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
bro.
that's what I'm saying. He was over there still.
But my mum lives there.
I had no idea, but because my mum was in Brixton, she was in Lambeth. I was obviously in East, so I could register on both councils. I ended up getting a place in South.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
I've moved. I'd never even been to Crystal Palace before. Like, I've been to Crystal Palace once before in my whole life. And I got offered this flat.
I always remembered it, bro.
And because of the situation, I didn't want to stay where my nan was. You know, like the memory was just too much at the time. I wanted to get out. I just said, right, I want to move there. But I was living there, but I would wake up in the morning, jump on 2-3 trains and buses to go east.
Straight back to the end.
Straight to the back.
Everyone always does
People
it.
probably thought you were a lookalike.
Bro.
Yeah, in
Like,
South.
I never thought you were a lookalike.
Bro, I run into people now.
No, I think Wydon told me that he saw him, and then but he wasn't sure, and I was like,
Exactly.
that's how I found out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
that's how I
wasn't
found
sure.
I
out.
run into dons now, like who I'm meeting through certain people, whatever, and they're like, we remember like
seeing you around.
but people just were a bit confused, or some people just thought I was from South, but I just moved
on. Yeah, that's why I thought I'd clear that up.
I was like proper low in that. Like people didn't really see me much. Like I would be like from the yard to the train station. And then within, I think it was like 3-4 months I lived there. I got a whip. So that just like then I was really just like no one in South really saw me. I was just always back.
Just
to
sleeping
east,
there.
Back to. I was just going to sleep. Back to east. Back to east.
That makes sense though.
So no one would have really noticed.
So you see how you brought up the topic of like where grime originates and all that. You know, it's up for debate all the time, right? You got like people like Johnny Cash that say that they was calling it Sublow and it was the same genre. Then you got like DJ Eastwood that had that track that Slimzee bust for him, and when it was kind of dark garage.
That's what I mentioned
grime.
before, like
You ain't ready.
And then you've got like, Dizzee, Wiley, and you and Danny and all that making mad rhythms as well over there.
Yeah.
So that's like dark garage going into grime, right? So when you say East London's prominent, I feel like East London dominated actual grime. Like once it became a thing, it was like everything was in East, innit?
But
do you know what I'm trying to say?
But all the biggest crews in East, from what it looked like to me from South watching over there, was like you had Pay As You Go. Pay As You Go, I guess, transitions, people move on, but it looks like it spawned all these different crews that became like the nucleus.
That is what was happening.
That's
as much as you had Johnny Cash and Eastwood and some of these guys who had like massive records or tunes that was like you said, in between from garage was going towards grime, but that alone ain't enough to build a whole scene.
Yeah, no way, fam.
Like, it was the MCs that were kind of guiding it that way. The producers were then catering towards the
it was an MC heavy scene, innit?
Yeah, so as it became more MC heavy, us as producers, our music's just started to become more catering for MCs.
Like
so
8-bar tunes.
exactly.
And
so because there's so many MCs in East London, and some of the most prominent.
Yeah,
there's producers and MCs and new artists coming out of the woodwork everywhere. Everyone's turning on the radio and hearing a Wiley or whatever, or a Dizzee or a Danny Weed tune, and everyone wants to do. Everyone in our ends, everyone wants to do it. So that's why before long you've got a rough squad. You've got this. You've got because we're all in Bow.
It's all Offspring, innit?
It's all Offspring.
Yeah.
Then
it's like an umbrella.
Next to Bow, you've got Newham. You've obviously got
Stratford,
Nasty Crew. You've got
Maryland
Generals. You've got like the Bizzles of this one.
Yeah,
you've
well.
got
Leytonstone.
It's all very close. Hackney, like Hackney to Leighton to that Waltham Forest.
Yeah, because your bits in it is like you've got Victoria Park and the other side of it is Hackney. Hackney Wick and Clapton and all that.
Victoria Park literally is what
Homerton
separates Bow and Hackney.
Yeah, that's what
one
I'm trying
side
to say.
of Victoria Park is Bow, other side is the start of Hackney.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all
That's
very close knit, and there was just so much of it happening in the ends. It just bubbled up into like this.
I've got like a new theory on that argument and debate where grime started. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot because we interviewed Plague, Dynamic M's my brethren.
Yeah.
Eastwood's my brethren.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash has been on.
I need to get hold of Eastwood.
We had Maxwell.
Yeah, we had Maxwell D. Like we've had so many conversations that my theory is this year. I think everybody at a similar time was moving in a similar direction.
Yeah.
And it formed by default. But then when people, I think everybody has stakes in it,
Oh,
rather
100%.
than there being a person.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
There was no one crew or one person.
Because then you've got to say like when you like someone like Wiley could have made a beat like that 3 years before releasing it and never thought of releasing it because it sounds a bit dark or whatever. Because he had that Nicole's Groove thing, phase one.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the sounds was like so different.
It was gradually getting there. It was just like you said, it just happened by default.
Yeah.
Until it wasn't official until at the time magazines would have been like websites, but then it was magazines. It wasn't until those magazines and the press were picking up on this new thing.
Sound.
No one knew what to call
culture.
it. So that's why you had records like Wiley's. What do you call it? That
Yeah,
was a real
yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. It
That
was a
was
question.
question that everyone was saying. What's this? Like,
What
what's
is
this
this?
sound? Like, is it garage? Is it?
Yeah.
What do you, there wasn't
Urban.
grime. Yeah, urban. Is it two-step? That was the question.
Remember back in the day on the flyers and that. Remember the flyers would put at the bottom under the DJs?
genres. Yeah.
Every
UKG.
genre on the night.
Yeah,
Two-step. And you know back then,
4x4.
they're different. It ultimately would end up just being grime.
Yeah.
But prior to that, you had like
It's
4
best
bro.
subgenres.
And
get
grime
me?
had like a bad press, so it was kind of like they would use that to slyly get the bookings through, so the venue didn't cancel as
This
well.
is the thing.
Instead of saying grime.
This is the thing. Like,
Sublow.
as more and more press started to talk about it, they didn't know how to describe it, and then 1 or 2 journalists just decided to call it. It started with like this grimy.
Grimy garage.
It was, describe it as grimy garage. Then they just started to describe it as grime music, and at first we was all like, "Rah," like we was a bit offended, like because we saw
Was
grime
you?
a little bit because we took it as like grime is like
Dirt.
dirty. So it was like, what are they trying to say? But then it was like when we read and saw what they was saying,
Made sense.
they was describing the music as gritty and dirty and like. So we was like, okay, cool. And even furthermore, we're just glad that they're talking about it as well. We're getting press, we're getting bookings off it. We like it's helping. So that's when grime had a kind of title. We accepted it, and then who wanted to join onto the sound,
Jump in,
could
get
jump
involved.
in and get involved.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
I
yeah.
think from there, you
Facts.
had your Roll Deep,
Nasty
blowing
Crew.
up your Nasty Crew, Dizzee.
Yeah, man.
Dizzee kind of blew up that same year when they started naming
No,
grime.
I remember still. I remember.
And then you had something to kind of pin
I
it
just
to.
remember that Sidewinder CD, bro, where it was.
him and Slimzee.
Yeah.
That CD was what,
Fam, as soon as I said it, you
Bro.
knew what I was talking about, bro. So it was probably there.
straight away. Like,
02 or something.
yeah, 02. And they recorded that. That was a bonus CD.
Yeah, it
So
was
you had
to go
the
with the
rave
tapes.
pack. Yeah, you
it's
had
the first time a CD popped
yeah,
up,
exactly.
like with grime on it.
Yeah, you had a tape pack, and then they just decided to do this
Bro,
bonus.
I remember that I stole some money from somewhere to go buy that
Oh,
tape
bro.
pack, yeah? No, this is a real story, bro. And I go buy the tape pack, and my brethren Theon, big him up, blood. His house was like one of them, his dad was one yard man that used to let everyone in the yard to play dominoes.
Sick.
Around the table in the kitchen, even if he's not home. Like no one's home and we're there in his yard. Like his dad's there with a, if you can bun in the yard, drink liquor, but you can't do no mad drugs. That was his thing. Like if you come in on some weird shit, get out.
When you're young, they're like them houses are like theme parks, boy.
Do you know who?
You can't wait to go around that.
No, there was like I'll never forget because he cuts hair as well, so he used to give man a trim in the corner while everyone else is playing and
Vibes,
drinking whatever.
yeah.
And I remember that we got the CD out
A
the
trim,
pack.
yeah? A trim.
We don't call it trims no more.
No, I'm saying, so you were getting trims.
From then, see.
He weren't my barber. He weren't my barber.
No, as you were. I'm
He
just
weren't my barber.
clarifying
He weren't my
that you had
barber.
an affinity for trims.
From early.
Bro, he weren't even my barber, bro. Them days still, I was a hat
As you
guy.
were.
I used to wear that TN hat
As you
with
were.
the matching TNs. Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
But
That was
anyway,
uniform as well.
yeah,
The TN
the
hats
baby
were
blue
uniform.
ones as well. You got the baby blue.
I didn't mean to stop your flow.
Nah, it's cool because I just remembered it like Best of British is from Martin's as well.
Okay,
The
yeah.
rave, Best
Yeah,
of
yeah,
British,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, big up Raj in the back. My bad, Raj Jaws. He's in the cup
good.
back as well. So sorry, bro. Should have introduced you.
No, easily, easily.
And Double Up London's in the place. But basically, what happened is MC Flight was his name, Flighty.
Yeah.
He was from my hood, and he used to come for his haircut, bro. Get his pattern before he go split with Skibber and them and that. And I'm young. We've got our little garage crew. Grime's performing. We're all chilling. And because he's a drum and bass man, he's like, oh, this Grime thing, I don't know, man. Rah, yeah. You know them man there?
Bruv,
They
everyone-
didn't know about it yet. Like,
Everyone
you get me?
outside it was doing that.
That
saying
CD
yeah.
changed his mind, bro.
Oh, listen.
And because he was older and I looked up to him, I was like, yeah, this is it, blood.
I seen
this is
Dizzee.
you know what I'm saying?
I see Dizzy's whole progression or whatever, but
Yeah.
from when he started to do the rinse sets with Slimzee, obviously immediately whole of East London was like, who's this kid? Like immediately. But then when he done that CD, what happened was because Sidewinder was a rave that was in the middle of like Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes,
You had people
Luton
coming
sides,
from
yeah.
Manchester, Birmingham, Nottingham, this
yeah,
place,
yeah,
like
yeah,
everywhere, all across Bristol, like everyone
yeah.
flooded to there.
To go rave.
When the tape pack came out, you had people from every city buying it.
Yeah.
Little did they
Bigger
know.
market.
Little did they know when they popped in the bonus CD. Because remember, Dizzee ain't done a Sidewinder
Nah,
yet.
that's just what I'm trying to say. Like, it was a mad moment.
Everyone's took on this bonus CD and it's blown everyone's minds, bro.
Bro, I couldn't
It's
believe it, bro. The flow.
The whole country's minds blown. Like,
I couldn't believe it, bro.
Doing
Well,
Sidewinder in those locations was such a smart move.
oh, bro. Like, and I don't even think he didn't.
He probably done it by
Mark,
accident.
big up Mark Lambert and the team there.
Yeah.
Like, there was no way he could have known what he was doing because
Where's he from?
I think he's from London. Or he might
Okay.
no, he might be from Northampton because originally
See, this is what I was thinking.
Sidewinder was in Northampton.
Swindon and that as well.
He is one of them places, and then it moved.
Brunel rooms
It
or
was
whatever
getting
it's
too
called.
big, and so it moved to Sanctuary. Which
Sanctuary
was
in
five,
MK.
It's like a warehouse.
Yeah,
5,000.
that was crazy, bro. I went to a couple
But
of
it
them.
was a garage rave. It wasn't a grime rave. It was a garage
Because
rave.
my man, because they had their residence, which was that champagne bubbly and
yeah, Principal, DJ
trying
Principal.
to say, see, he knows, man. These
but-
people like did it. They, like, no disrespect to them, but they weren't the person that you was going to listen to from London.
No,
up
no,
there
no,
they might have been.
No,
That's the
no,
thing.
maybe yeah, but then
Resident,
garage
you know what I
was
mean?
like obviously big huge at the time, but it was Sidewinder was kind of starting to really pop off as like Pay As You Go, Heartless Crew.
Yeah.
So it was already, even though it was a garage rave, it was becoming
Grime.
Mandem-y,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Clicks.
MC-ish.
Yeah,
And so like we had
yeah.
that Pay As You Go second birthday bash there, like
See, that's mad. Isn't it?
crazy. Then the following year, that bonus CD came out. Dizzee was on it. 2 months later,
That
there
CD's
was
crazy though. That CD's
2 months
the
later there
hardest.
was a Sidewinder with, and Dizzee was booked in it.
Yeah, had to be after that.
That set was that's the
They couldn't style him, bro.
That's
after
the
that.
bonfire one that's on YouTube.
I've
Road
got, yeah,
Deep
the
set.
Bonanza. Bonfire, I've got it. Yeah, I got it.
Bro.
I got it. Next CD come out with that. They kept doing that after that. The CD, the bonus CD.
And from that moment, Dizzee was just like the prodigal son, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he was like 50 Cent in England without the
yeah, he went
gangsters and
crazy,
bit
yeah.
like that.
And we didn't
Just
have-
musically.
Yeah.
The new
exactly.
kid off the block that everyone, because it was the same year.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was conflicted.
Oh yeah,
between-
Skepta was
yeah.
trying and Boy the Corner
Same year,
was
bro.
2003.
Yeah, I was conflicted at the time because I was such a hip hop head, bro.
Yeah.
I used to DJ hip hop and then go buy records from like hip hop record imports, and I had to still buy Dizzee shit.
Yeah,
because it's like, how can you not, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I love grime and garage, but this kid is on fire. You know what I mean? So yourself as your journey, like to sum it up, right? You start out DJing probably.
Yeah.
Would that be the first thing you started? Make
14, 15.
Ladies Hitsquad.
No, this is before, like, this is long before, like, well, not long before, like, it feels like a long time because you're only a youth, but
Yeah.
it's like 2
Summer
3
holidays
years.
is long
Yeah,
when you're
it's true,
young.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I first got into it loving listening to jungle music, but
Makes sense.
jungle was starting to change at the time.
Got dark.
It was getting dark, so I kind of edged back out. Plus, I was a youth, like in school, so there was no real chance of getting anywhere properly. Genius had started Rinse. Genius and Slimzee had started Rinse in the area.
Yeah.
Offered me a show. I got a show on there, but then we all started to go from jungle to garage.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we went to the garage, that's when Ladies Hitsquad started.
Yeah.
Me, Wiley and Maxwell.
See, look at that.
And within 6 months of us doing that, that was starting to bubble. But
Yeah.
then Slimzee and them had started Pay As You Go.
Yeah, with Paco
And that
and
was started to
Plague,
bubble.
right?
It was originally it was Plague, Godsgift, Major Ace.
That's it. Aces with him. Yeah.
And the name came about because of the show was on a Sunday.
And they had the phone line. Yeah.
you
Watch the
probably
play.
heard-
Watch
yeah,
the
you
play
probably
Galero
heard- you
episode.
probably
I'll put
told
it
the
in the
story,
description.
yeah.
Yeah, watch that because that one was epic. He broke it down.
So then we was both like, right, we both got these two crews bubbling, but
link up.
yeah. So we linked up. It was like, right, what name do we keep? We thought, to be fair, Pay As You Go has got a proper ring to it, and it was all,
Makes sense.
It just felt
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
We dropped Ladies Hitsquad. That was a bit like self-indulgent. To be fair, we are. But we had
People like Jodeci on
yeah, do you know what I
DJing.
mean? We had our little run, but we started that when it was like
Yeah.
it was just girls tunes. You'd on
Monster
the
Boy
radio,
and that.
yeah, you'd be on the radio, and the phone would just be.
But
All the shout outs was girls. So we were just like, right, we're the Ladies Hitsquad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's lit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good look.
Bro. And then 6 months later, we was like, you know what? Let's just join up. And we put it into Pay As You Go.
Yeah.
And then from there, I guess,
Sick.
things really just...
Nah, that's proper, bro.
Yeah.
That is proper stuff. And then obviously, when they watch the Plague episode, they can get the full breakdown of like what happens there and whatnot. He's a founder as well.
Yeah.
So then later on down the line, Roll Deep, right, is where I feel like we need to fast forward to. That's
I feel like there's going to be a couple fast forwards.
yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Just because you know what it is.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
Exactly. So that's why I recommend like the Maxwell D episode and the Play Galero episode is worth watching because these are your comrades. You know what I mean? These are your people
And
that were there.
everyone will have their own
Take on it.
kind of take
Yeah.
on things and their own perspective on things, which is like, it's great to get that from more than one member. Do you know what I mean?
Did you start producing before Roll Deep, or did you start
Yeah.
producing at them times?
I started producing was first.
No way.
From Jungle. Like
shit.
me and my brethren Trend, rest in peace to him, DJ Trend.
Yeah.
We started a thing called TNT, Trend and Target.
That's you.
We produced a tune called 2 Degrees.
No, I know the TNT
Bruv,
thing.
I was
Yeah,
just-
that's
we
proper.
did that after school, bro.
the fuck?
So
Like, I
it's
didn't know
like-
that, you know.
Like people come up to me now, like
TNT's
drum and bass.
They have
dons
the
come-
logo on it.
Yeah, but he carried TNT on. Like
Yeah.
after we made that tune,
Oh, no, it probably from.
after we made that tune,
Yeah.
2 Degrees, which is a jungle
That's
tune.
a big tune, though.
I didn't leave, but he carried on producing jungle and drum and bass,
Yeah.
and he said to me, "Can I keep
Keep
the
the
name?
imprint.
But I'm gonna call it Treading New Territories."
Oh,
I said, "Bro,"
yeah.
I said,
yeah.
firstly, sick name.
Hard,
Like, I started
yeah,
playing
hard.
remixed it because it was trending.
Yeah,
on Target.
yeah.
He's gone off and done his thing.
That's sick,
Mate,
bro.
But he went on to make not
Bangers,
just
innit?
bare
Yeah.
bangers.
I think I've copped a few of them.
But yeah, me and him made this tune 2 Degrees, and it blew up, bro.
I didn't even know,
Bro,
bro.
we were sneaking into jungle rays underage, and the
Yeah, I
big
did that.
dons, Nicky Rap Market, whoever, bro, they're playing our
Yeah,
tune in the
yeah,
rave.
yeah,
We can't believe it.
Wow,
You know, like,
crazy.
even to now, people find out that I'm involved. They can't. They're like, "No way did you make that tune, bro." We was youths, like 14.
Yeah. No, it's because it's even hard enough for them to believe that you was once in the page you
I
go.
know, yeah, that- but I think
how
that's
far
one-
you've come.
that's one too many,
Do you know what I'm
like,
trying
nah,
to say? Like you actually come a long way, bro.
Yeah, it's
like
been,
respectfully in a good way.
been
Like,
like
the
nearly
journey's
my
been
whole
mad.
life, bro.
Yeah, blood. So because the reason it is, I always remember Poltergeist. Yeah, that's why I bring up production.
yeah.
Because I think a lot of people when they interview you, they go straight to rap game. They go straight to.
It's so easy to, or one extra, or
Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say?
a lot of people don't even know that I ever produced. Like
See,
some
this is what
people
I'm trying
don't
to
know
say,
that.
because
It's
like, I used to
been a
cop the
thing.
records.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So yeah, but the production.
Poltergeist was.
Yeah, production.
That's my
started-
favourite one.
Really?
Yeah.
My favorite.
For sure.
My favorite tune I've ever produced is "Remember the Days" on the Roll Deep.
Oh yeah, that's classic as well. Yeah.
because it
It's
just
music.
just yeah, and
musical.
and it means so much. Like
Yeah.
what they're saying on it, like
Yeah,
every
yeah,
memory
yeah.
they're talking about is like personal to me. Obviously, it's I love the beat at the time.
Yeah.
So that's always been.
Have you
my
got a top
favourite.
5 of your own productions that you would say these are the 5 that were iconic for you?
I'd say that "Remember the Days" as my personal favorite. For iconic, I'd say "Earth Warrior" because
Yeah, that's a big one still.
people still hail that as like one
Yo.
of the
Mad,
Yo, bro.
one of the
They need
ones.
to search them up, you know.
Yeah.
They've got more
Yo.
views. They
But
get more views than
But
than
Earth
the
Warrior
tunes.
made
Yo.
Wiley make Eskimo.
That's
This is
the
what I'm trying to
truth.
say. Has he said that? Has he said that? Yeah, as well.
I don't know if he's actually said it out loud.
Man said targets.
He did.
Hey, fuck that. Man said targets the Godfather of
No,
Grime.
no, listen, let's
Did
not.
you
He's the,
make Grime?
he's the
We
Godfather of the
What I won't do is take anything away from Wiley because this is Wiley.
Yeah.
He was the genius musically that kind of opened it up for all of us. And I will never take that away. But he heard Earth Warrior and he said, yeah, all right.
Influenced.
And 2 days later, he said to me,
find it.
I got a Gliding Squares thing. He played it to me and I said, oh, bro, I said, like that. I said, this one's way better than Earth Warrior for a start.
But you inspired that for him to go and make something mad.
Yeah, he wouldn't have made something crazy like that. He
Yeah,
made
that's what I'm trying to say.
He made Eskimo.
This is classic, you know.
Yeah, this is
I just
classic.
remember God's Gift tearing it up on
Yeah,
one set, bro.
I think
Yeah,
God's gift
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, so I'd probably throw that one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's early doors as well, you know.
Early doors. This is again garage. This is pay as you go days.
Yeah, it is when it's turning into roll deep.
Yeah, so it's in that middle bit. This is and then
You
Wiley-
might be the
it's around the
founder.
same
You might be
time
the
as-
founder of Grime, bro.
I've been introduced to that before, and I'm always like, no, you can't
Get
do that.
me.
You can't throw that on
That's
me.
it, Derby. You get me?
But yeah, this is around the time when Danny Weed makes Creeper and Wiley makes
Creeper's
Eskimo.
serious,
And
bro.
to be fair, Eskimo and Creeper, they're bigger, more legendary songs than that. But for
Yeah,
me,
but
that
it
was
comes
one of my
first.
ones.
Yeah,
that
it
kind
comes
of
first.
People always mention.
That always
like,
happens, though.
I
That
would
always
s-
happens.
I would say there's a couple of Scorcher tunes, early ones that I did. That,
Simply the best volume 1.
yeah,
and just before.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I can't remember
yeah.
the time. I know one of them.
Fam, you kind of produced that.
My
for him,
Diary
You.
Oi,
Yo.
what a tune!
and what's it called? The other one I did. The 2 tunes
I
done
didn't
with-
realize. I
in
didn't
beats
realize
off
you
you, same
produced
time.
that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
fam.
Okay.
And
Cause you was,
Hey,
when I used to ring him, he told me that.
what's the other one
Yeah.
though? The one that
Oh.
like
That
I done
one,
another
you
one
missed
later.
that
What's
one.
it called though? What's the other one?
So
Shit.
that's what I was
Just
getting
caught
beats
him out,
off
you know.
you.
Like,
What on Simply Blessed?
Nah,
you know that?
it was later. I watched
know
I
that?
watched Scarface and it made me make this beat. And then I played it to him and he's like, he just took the beat and then it was it. Oh, Dark Night.
Dark
Don't,
Knight.
oi,
You made
top of the
Don't
roof.
Lie.
Don't
Yeah,
lie.
Don't lie.
Oi, that's
Yeah.
a
Bro,
big
no,
tune.
No, that's
Yeah,
my.
Dark Night.
Oi,
That's I think
Yes.
that's the coldest.
Bro,
school
I feel
shit
like-
I've ever heard.
Listen to
That
it again.
brought him back out.
Listen to it
That
again.
brought him back
I watched
out.
Scarface.
Oh, you got
Listen,
him.
Oi,
play-
Yeah, I'm getting it now.
Scarface.
No, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it
And
now.
I went straight
No,
to
no,
the
no, I'm getting it
studio.
now. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it
And
now.
I was in the
No, I actually
80s,
get
bro.
it.
because you can hear it. Where it's like,
I'm getting it now. Yeah, man, get
Oi.
it now. Oh my days.
I was in
Amazing.
the 80s.
Bro, Scarface has got like.
Dark Night.
It's got about
Yeah, on the roof. Yeah.
That's
He
when
done it-
that was a pivoting
Okay.
time for Scorcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People was like, what this guy is cold,
So, like,
fam. Like, you get
that-
me?
He
I
came back
always
out
remember
with
those
that, I
ones.
think. Wow, that's amazing.
And
Because
then there's
Scorcher's first tape was signed to Logan, innit?
I can't
Had
remember.
Adamantium Records or something.
Maybe.
But you was like you and him together was the main
Do
producers.
you know what I was like? It just so I just gave Scorcher a beat CD once. I used to give out beats.
Did
a
Wiley
lot.
give him your number?
Probably, bro.
Because this is the
Bro,
same year,
probably,
bro.
bro.
Because I used to ring
I
Scorcher
wouldn't
and
be
that chat.
surprised.
We used
Like,
to
I
chat.
can't remember exactly how we first linked, but I used to give out CDs a lot.
Yeah, I think I had one of
someone
these
come
beats on the
studio,
CD.
I'd just fling some beats on,
Yeah.
and like 2
Pick
months
one.
later, someone just got a tune on
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Same
yeah,
with
yeah,
Scorcher,
yeah,
like he
yeah,
got
yeah.
his. I don't even know if I gave him this beat or if he just got it. But I remember
Yeah.
we spoke and he was like,
got
"I've
it.
done something." I was a fan of
Yeah,
his.
yeah,
I'd heard
yeah,
him
yeah.
and I thought, "Yeah, he's hard."
Because
Anyway.
Risky Roads 2.
And then he
He
played
come on
me
and
what
done the
he
freestyle.
and I loved, yeah.
And
But
then
I
they
think-
had that private cooler shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that, a lot of the time, then people would just.
That's crazy.
I just hear that someone's done it, and
Yeah.
because it weren't like we was doing business. It was like
Nah, big
we
up
was just
Scorcher,
making
big up
beats and
Scorcher.
flinging them out.
Big up Scorcher.
Big up Target for making them
Big up
beats.
Target.
Oh my
Most
days.
definitely, that's why he's here.
I didn't even
Flowers,
realise.
Yeah, Dark Knight's one of
Yeah,
them.
but
But
yeah, Scorcher, of course.
let's not sleep on Diary as well, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
I think that's a classic, bro.
They're
Yeah.
like
So
they're two of my favourites in, like, let's say a list of 15 or 20 or 10 for
Sick.
Grime.
Sick.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's a Grime
Nice,
enthusiast, bro.
Yeah,
He loves it, bro.
Just
yeah.
it showed a
Get me.
different side
Mm.
of what an
Someone
MC
that,
could do.
Pay As You Go album that never came out that I produced.
The one that Plague told us you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
What's
Dizzee,
it?
it's got Dizzee on it as well. That,
You just shot that for 2 mil like Wu-Tang.
I just want people to hear it.
What are you gonna do with it, bro?
Well, because I found the CD in it. I put a picture on my thing, and
I saw you.
Yeah.
it's been on me since. But Genius has got a copy as well. It's just me and him. But
Yeah, he's
I
low-key though,
said,
isn't he?
I said, let's just fling it out, innit?
That's like the Coca-Cola
He
recipe.
wants to do a proper thing,
Roll out.
like a
Roll
yeah,
out.
like a like to have an event and do
Yeah,
a thing
blood.
and like.
Yeah.
I don't know,
hear all
I don't
that,
know.
but like,
Times are different now.
yeah,
Nah,
I don't
bro.
think like in an N-Dubs
Nah,
way, like
bro.
not like return.
End up.
Yeah.
No, but like, no, but like,
you
so
know, like,
sorry a few years
no,
ago,
but not
like,
like in a return reunion type thing.
Yeah, we're back. And
But
like,
we're not back
Just
like
like throw,
that.
just throw a
We're back
party.
for it.
Yeah,
Nah,
drop
but
it.
here's some music that we didn't release. Here's for the
Yeah.
people who cared then, who
Yeah,
care
yeah,
now.
yeah.
people go mad.
Yeah, fair.
People
But
go mad.
I just want people to hear it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon? I know it sounds like a mad idea, yeah, but do you reckon like Roll Deep members, including like Wiley and whatnot, could get together and manage to put off like a Breakfast Club
Bruv.
interview or something like that? Something Hot 97,
Bruv,
like
you know,
Grime
if I
takeover.
took some of the
to drop the album.
offers, some of the offer of the Roll Deep or Pay As You Go.
Roll Deep or Pay As You Go. Well, Pay As You Go is quite.
Pay As You Go is a bit easier. No, in fact, it's not.
Major passed away, which was
obviously
sad.
we
God
don't
bless.
have Major,
Yeah.
like, but I think
Egos.
you've got more chance of.
A Roll Deep.
It's hard work with Wiley to get him in a room on a scheduled anything,
100%.
and
We have experienced that here.
it's
bro.
hard work for both. Like Roll Deep, we've been offered all kinds of Roll Deep.
There's so many members as well in Roll Deep.
Brixton Academies,
Yeah.
the thingies, this that.
One nights and that.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
P's, like everything you'd think would get everyone in the room, but it's just
Doesn't
not
work.
Like how you getting Dizzee and Wiley together now.
I've
right now,
never
it's hard. Like,
understood. Yeah,
it's hard work.
That's gonna be really hard
Yeah.
to do because Dizzee just feels like his mind is made up, bro. He's stubborn with it as well.
Yeah.
But I get it as well. It's
That's what I mean.
personal
So,
experience.
yeah,
and that.
so I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see the way out of that one. bro.
What's happening? I don't know.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
I get it.
Sorry, I don't want to. No.
Yeah.
Go on.
It's a good thing, man.
Bruv. What am I going to say that Wiley ain't said himself already, though? Seriously.
Yeah.
One day, I would love, it's almost like there's just a little cloud of mystery over that whole situation in a similar way to kind of like Jay-Z Dame Dash type of thing.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you ask, it's like people still feel like they don't fully understand the crux of the
What
issue.
happened? Yeah.
Because people have asked, I've seen...
But to be actually honest, even me who is so close to it, like I couldn't tell you the black and white of what the fuck.
Many
like,
phone calls that
there's
you're
a
not
few
involved in would have
there's
happened,
like,
didn't it?
yeah, there's something between them two. There's things that happen that have been publicly like people know about.
Yeah.
There's stuff that maybe people don't know about as well.
yeah,
Like,
that is just
and,
as
and
valid.
since,
Yeah,
since
100%.
but I think the more problem is since they kind of haven't spoken. I think from Dizzee's side, it looks like it's like, is it safe to ever
Kindle it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like because
He got stabbed, didn't it?
because
as well.
Wiley that played
That
a
plays
part in it,
PTSD
but
as
like,
well.
but I don't think how people black and white like Wiley went to didn't help Dizzee Rascal
Yeah.
and ran away or
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
some of the
yeah,
different
yeah,
stories
yeah.
like all that's not true because Wiley wasn't even there but
Yeah.
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 Dizzee went to Napa with us
Yeah.
with Wiley I think under a like more like a little bro thing, like come to Napa,
yeah, come true.
everything's gonna be good.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good,
and it
you're
weren't good.
and it weren't good.
Yeah, and you're still the big bro.
I get it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, Wiley, I'm sure, would have loved for them to be able to
Pattern up and that.
pattern again. But Wiley being Wiley, sometimes he's on a good day, sometimes he's on a bad day.
Difficult sometimes.
For Diz, I think that's an issue. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many different things that play.
I
Like,
get that though,
I'd
because as you grow
love to
older,
see it,
you want a
like-
bit of like when you have a business relationship, you want it to be good communication.
Yeah,
and if
and
it's
like-
not, it can break down.
And their thing was never business. Like
No, it's
they,
that
they've
too.
never
Seems
had a
like
business relationship
they was
before.
too young,
They were
innit?
just
Yeah.
like brothers.
Yeah.
There wasn't money. It weren't like a money thing.
And the maturity thing, I think, obviously, Dizzee being so skilled, so young, like you said, like child prodigy type of vibe.
He had to quickly.
It's
Grow,
like-
he had to grow up.
He might not have been mature enough for all the situations that his skill opened doors for him to be in. Maybe he had to mature a bit, man. Because he was young them times.
but
bro.
you can flip that on its head, and you can say he might have been too mature, and that's why he didn't
Well,
want to
no,
part with the
'cause
lack
what-
of
no,
communication.
But then
well,
also
well,
there wasn't.
I'm
Yeah,
not trying to
yeah.
draw man out. I'm not trying to draw out. I'm not. That's not my spirit.
No.
Because
But
if
you
you're a
just never
fan
know.
of but certain things I don't have to say because if you've heard certain songs, you know what man have said already. So I don't have to say it. But my point is that one of the most pivotal plot lines in what happened at Napa sounded like it was down to a bit of immaturity, and that's the point I'm trying to.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Someone who's a bit more mature might not have
I see
carried
what you're saying
themselves
now.
in a certain
Yeah.
way.
Like, there's so many
That's
things.
what-
Yeah, there's so many like.
That no one knows if it really
Caveats.
happened or not. Or
Yeah,
I learned that word
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah, caveat.
So many caveats, bro.
Sick word.
Word of
There
the
is.
day.
It's like, and it's hard. Like no
many factors.
one could ever sit at a table, I think, and do their own
Only them two
thing
can do
and
that.
come up with like the salute, like what,
Yeah,
why it happened or how we
Yeah.
fix it. Like I
Yeah.
think only them two will ever know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people have come to me like can be some. Do
I
something.
can see why though, bro. You got that
in fact,
energy.
to be
you have
fair,
a good
I
energy.
can
See
see
why,
why,
bro.
and I'm probably one of the few people
mature.
that speaks to both of them.
Yeah.
Can see why.
And one or the other.
I think you're a good businessman as well,
You know,
as
like-
a music person. You got both sides. You know about marketing, you know about business, you know how to host a show, present. You've got quite a
I've
lot
just
of.
picked up where I've just been in and out of
Over
all
the
these different rooms.
Yeah.
Over the
Yeah,
years, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I've just picked up. But their thing is like it's a personal thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they would both have to be in the right place at the right time,
Yeah.
in the right headspace to both just be able to.
Can I ask just on this topic quickly? If you, like, say you, I don't know, like, say like married or like a christening or family occasion, for example, and you said, you know, I'm going to invite all the man them. I'm going to tell all the man them about it.
Yeah.
Is it a thing where someone may not feel to come
100%.
because they don't want to see certain man? They're not even coming. They want to see
Do
certain.
you just mean those two?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because no one else has a thing.
Yeah.
but
I'm saying like, raw.
100%,
Cut the
I
crap.
think-
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure that inviting Wiley to anything
You might not
is
come
mad.
anyway. Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
it's 50-50.
And then if there was a case where I think I would say if Dizzee thought Wiley was going to be there, he might not want to go to it. If it's like a social thing where they're going to be in close proximity and it's going to be awkward or weird, like that's probably been the case.
Over the years.
I can't speak, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's been the case
Yeah.
over the years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Any of
definitely.
them come to your wedding?
Neither of them. No, but
Yeah.
to be fair, I invited Wiley. I never expected him to come. It was abroad
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
so that's
he's
like
away all the
double
time now.
jeopardy.
Yeah.
And Diz, like at the time, like we never had issues, but
Yeah.
we wasn't like closely speaking
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
so it wa-
yeah,
and it was
yeah. Wiley was
abroad.
more your dog, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like me and Wiley,
That's
like
your guy.
Wiley's. If it wasn't
Yeah.
for Wiley, I wouldn't be doing none of this. The same way, like
That's true.
even though he's a bit more older than Dizzee, like.
Yeah.
I weren't like I was his younger necessarily, but
Nah.
like, at the same time, he showed me. If it weren't for him, I would never have had a mix on decks. He introduced me to Slimzee.
See what I'm trying to say? That's
He
mad.
showed me certain things in music.
You lot was in a crew before Page You Go
time-
existed.
long before.
Yeah.
Like we had a rap crew and like even before. Like I don't even
Did
go.
you rap?
Yeah. Bro. My name was. That's what I'm saying.
Your name was?
My name was Storm, bro.
Before Stormzy,
Yes,
you were
bro.
Storm.
Yes. All right.
That is crazy.
I've already had this. I've already had
that's
this.
a takeaway.
Had this conversation with him anyway.
I
but-
swear.
Yeah, but my name was DJ Storm, but I was an MC. I know.
No, that's a Jamaican
Stay
thing.
with me,
yeah.
DJs was a host.
And we
innit?
had a little,
Yeah.
we had a couple tunes, bro. But then
hosting and that.
this is like
Yeah.
I'm talking like I'm 7, 8 years old though.
And spitting
Oh,
bars.
you're
yeah,
just-
he's
No,
early.
so that's why it's not
Early.
don't count.
not-
Like people
yeah.
are like, what was the bars? I'm like, trust me.
That's not
like,
the point.
I was
innit?
just gonna say,
That's not the point. What the
little
point?
freestyle, little
Yeah.
16 or something. You get
I've
me?
been drawing that before though, because I remember I told this story years ago at radio, and I think it was Mr. Jam at the time. German Whip was out,
Oh yeah.
And he kept bringing up. We talk on there, and he kept bringing up the story about when I used to be an MC, and I think there's also stories which are like a couple Wiley lyrics I'd helped to write in it back in the day.
Ghostwriting credits.
I'm talking jungle early again.
Before Garage.
Maybe a line or two.
Yeah.
Because I was never gonna say it.
Just
And
in
he'd
the
be like,
studio.
I'll take that line.
Yeah, hold that.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
This is Wiley. It's Wiley's. It's not ghostwriting thing. But
I'm joking.
Jam had heard these things in it, and he was drawing me until I was like, he was like, you do a verse on German Whip, and stupidly I agreed to do it. I agreed to do it, but I showed it though.
Yeah, you heard it.
I actually showed it.
I need to hear that shit. It's out there, yeah?
It's out there, yeah.
Check that
Wiley
out,
was
still.
sending me features for his album the next day.
What? When did you?
Dan was ringing me, Meridian was ringing me saying he's got a PA this week. Can I come and perform on that?
That's hard.
I had to shut everyone down and say this is only a joke. It's a joke, guys.
So you're saying your 16 was cold?
No, it was hard. It actually was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's sick still.
It's the only time I'll ever do that.
Yeah, that's
that's
mad
sick
still. So
Sometimes
you see
the
how
draw
you
out
see how
gets
you spoke about Mr. Jam and that. This is radio life now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I've jumped a little bit. Yeah,
no,
we've
but it's fine. It's just to give
jumped
them
over.
kind of like, because there's going to be youths and Americans that watch it that don't have a clue, right? Because for instance, I just come back from Miami earlier in the year, and I jumped in an Uber, and when the guy heard my accent, all he was talking about was Wiley for the whole trip.
Wow.
Like, he's my favorite MC of all
Sick.
time. I put him in high regard, like Jay-Z, he's original. Like, they love Grime for some reason. Like, they've backtracked and gone back into history. So not all of them are like that. So to know a timeline would be good for them, innit? So you see, like, roll deep.
Kind of summarize it from the
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like,
yeah.
how did that?
How that transition?
Because
I'm
I was
interested.
doing Rinse. We was all doing Rinse shows on Rinse, like roll deep shows. We had a few shows a week. Then Rinse started to change and was trying to get its license. So they started to clean up that schedule. So daytime they wouldn't have MCs. It would just be DJs hosting. I had a show in the daytime.
Like drive time shows. And
Yeah, so I think I had a drive time or something, but it
Course
wasn't
you did,
called
bro.
drive time. But this is still pirate Rinse. It's not.
Yeah. But Pirate Rinse was big.
Yeah, it was big, but it weren't like polished. It was all
weren't polished,
raw.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm using the headphones as the mic sometimes, like, and plugging it out and then doing a link.
Mad thing. Mad thing. Man's been in the DJ trenches.
No, listen, just fully. Like,
Yeah. Fact.
Where, like, I don't know, where do you want to do a show? In a bando? I've done that.
Hey.
I've done them. Yeah.
Crack
yeah,
house?
yeah,
Kitchen.
I've done
Yeah,
them.
like
Belt
kitchen.
drives.
Put
Police
the fucking
bursting in,
balls- yeah.
like everything, whatever.
Oh, I'm out the window when they burst.
Yeah, so we're doing Rinse shows. I've been given a daytime show. I've been told no MCs on my show
Right.
anymore. To me, that's wild.
Yeah,
because
you come
who's
up
going to
from-
speak?
yeah.
To me, it's like who's going to
Yeah.
speak?
Oh,
I ain't
that's
spoke
where you
before.
started hosting.
I was forced to host.
Yeah.
So at first, I'm just like, yeah, it's DJ Target, Rinse, and I'm just like,
Really?
I'm just giving out a number because I want the phone to
Yeah,
pop,
pop,
innit?
like old school
So
days.
really, I
Yeah,
just want
yeah.
to give out the number. So I'll give out a number.
That's crazy.
So I do a couple shouts. Fast forward, I do that for like a year.
Yeah.
One roll deep to come and do a Christmas show.
Okay.
One extra is quite new. One extra's probably been running like 3-4 years.
So okay, still quite
Roll
early.
Deep
Yeah.
album's out.
Yeah.
It's big. We're having a moment. They asked us to come and do a Christmas show,
Mm-hmm.
but they've kind of asked me to be like the anchor because they're like, it's 10 guys, the streets.
You're the
you know.
most
I seem sensible.
reasonable communicator. Yeah.
That's like
makes sense.
Yeah, so we did that show, 4-hour show. I was the main host. Like, I'd bring in different parts.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a bit where we had the MCs. There's a bit where it was me and Carnage theatre and then chatting to Flo, whatever.
Yeah,
We've done that. They really liked
yeah,
it.
content.
Months later, they've called me back and said, "Do you want to come and do a couple of pilots or whatever? Just you, though."
Yeah.
So I said, "All right, I've gone and done that." Months have gone past again. Then they
Yeah,
called
because
me
Roll
back.
Deep at this point is kind of like
It's like
fizzled out.
Not really. It's not fizzled out. We're still no, it's still happening.
Because is this the chart success time?
No, this is before.
It's before that?
This is
Yeah.
before.
Oh, okay,
This
cool.
is like
Right.
this has got to be like 07.
So
Right.
like,
So charts was like 10.
Oh, so still, yeah.
Yeah, so we're still bubbling, like
Tunnel
rules and
visions and stuff.
regulations.
Yeah,
Remember
rules and
regulations, yeah,
we just built our
yeah.
studio in East.
Frisco and that's putting out tapes as
Boy
well.
Better Know.
Skepta's involved.
Yeah. So it's that time. So we're all still together. It's just
Yeah.
I've just been offered this
Yeah,
radio
yeah,
thing. So
yeah,
I've gone and they've asked me to come and dep for Heartless Crew once on air on a Sunday, prime time. I'm like, raw. Like to me that was wild.
Yeah.
It's just me. I'm gonna do Heartless Crew shows.
That's mad.
So,
Fun,
but
yeah,
I've
mad.
done it anyway. I thought, fuck it, I'll do it. Done it. Next week, Heartless aren't here again. Can you come and do it again?
I'd have played bare Maxwell D tunes.
But
I'd have played-
but I'm going to raves and I'm seeing Heartless Crew at the raves.
Yeah.
Like they're telling me Heartless ain't doing the show, but then on the Saturday night I'll be in somewhere.
The night before and that.
Heartless are there. I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
What's going on here?
but I didn't. I'm just like, oh, cool.
Did you ask them?
No, I didn't even ask them. Like, I might see them quickly passing.
Yeah, big up.
So
Yeah,
after
yeah.
3-4 weeks of this though, they're like, kind of another week. After like, I think it's like the 5th week.
The man dropped it out, bro.
But after the 5th week, they're like, we didn't want to say, but Heartless actually are not coming back. We just was like thinking, basically,
They tried to keep comfy.
do you want the show? I said, do I want the show?
I've done 4. I'm taking it's my show now anyway.
Thank you.
Like it is my show.
And I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I still actually don't know what the issue, the problem. I don't know what happened. I just knew that Heartless was not coming back. And do I want the show? Yes, please.
That's the man that winning the war still.
Yeah.
Obviously,
No, but I never.
won the battle.
No one's wicked. You know what I always felt like a little bit like, is it gonna? Do I feel away? But like they was leaving anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was out.
I'd rather it be me than someone else.
Word.
Yeah.
And shout out to Heartless because they're back doing that same show on a Sunday night.
Bit late now though, innit?
No, but like no,
The fuck?
no, bro. They're back, bro.
Fucking hater, bro.
I'm just saying, innit?
Fucking
Like,
hater,
And to be
bro.
fair, they've never really stopped doing. They've never stopped. There was a little.
disconnect.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
Mo
never
and
stopped.
Bush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
shout.
Yeah.
And I haven't even shout. They're the first crew I ever listened to.
Like-
They're the first crew.
No,
I
they're
listened to.
sick. They're the hardest with
Yeah,
the waves.
listen,
They're
yeah,
wavy.
100%. But yeah,
They were wavy before wavy was a word.
yeah. So that started. Got that one show. Then after maybe a year, I got offered the Friday show. I think when I started the Friday night, that's when the radio one extra thing really started, and then it turned into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now it's 5. I'm doing 5 days.
Every day,
And this
bro.
is like 15 years. I've just
Yeah,
jumped
you put in the
over
work, bro. Yeah,
I've
you
been,
put in the
I've
work.
been one extra 15 years now.
It's mad because there's times like, fam, when I'm like, no matter what, even if I've had a break doing music or I've changed genre or whatever, I'm in the barbershop,
I'm still
your favourite
fucking
place,
on, bro.
and you're on the radio. Like again,
But people
do you
have
know what I mean?
done
Yeah.
long birds and come out and said, bro,
Listen
I've
to
just
you the
done-
whole
I've done
time.
an 8.
Yeah, every night.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
Yeah.
like, great, like stuff. Some of the stuff that people say is like so humbling because you're not thinking necessarily of that when you're doing it. You're just in go mode. But like when someone stops
And
you
it's
and
so
says,
mad. Sorry to cut you.
No, yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was
Finish,
just about to say, obviously the man, but I was at a wedding a couple of years ago, and there was like, obviously I'm meeting some people for the first time, and there's a lady there. Met her later on. We're having fun, parties happening. Like much later on, she said I weren't gonna say nothing, but one of her friends, or if she was with, said I should tell you. She said she came and said to me, I've just done like something like a 9, or she was in jail.
Yeah.
She was proper like.
Lock up.
Telling me, yeah, and it was
Probably
like,
done some mad fraud or
No,
something.
listen, I think it was. I don't get into her business, but I don't. Yeah, she's done her thing. She's done enough to get herself.
Got a body.
in that. But the fact was, it just like I remember thinking, raw, like I'm just doing this, thinking it's just like some fun and vibe, but someone's actually like. It's helping someone through a madness. I was just thinking of the 419.
I'm like, what do you mean divulge into a crime she did? How is that the point? Like,
No, because obviously I'm thinking like women's jail is different,
bruv,
innit?
what's
Like,
that got to go
like unless a guy like gave her a gym bag
Bruv,
with
you're
Australian.
doing a lot, bro.
No, like-
You're doing a lot, bro.
Proper speculation.
Yeah, like, no, I'm just thinking like that's a bird.
Nah, bro.
That's a bird
Let's
doing
know
a
where
real
your-
bird.
let's know where your mind's at, bro.
No, because
Mad
Man's
speculation.
talking about the fact that man's music was getting people
Nah,
through
it
the
did,
bed.
Not necessarily my music, but like the fact that I'm on
The
the
host
radio,
of the
people
show.
are like,
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah, your show. People was
constant
going to your
voice.
show. It was getting
Yeah,
me
man,
through my
constant
time.
voice.
Right.
This does like, right, I wonder what
Like, you see,
what's the charge?
you said 9 years.
It
Or
might,
8.
it might have been 7, 8. It was,
you're
I
gonna
remember
go
thinking
for-
raw, like
That's a big
it's
bird,
long,
blood.
It's a long time though.
You get me? What's the women's prison called again?
I don't know, bro. I don't
You know, bro. The one, not Pentonville. The other one,
Holloway.
innit?
I don't know, bro.
Oh, Holloway,
Holloway, innit? Yeah, Holloway.
the one there.
Yeah.
I
Pentonville's
don't
men.
associate with
I don't know
criminals.
if
I have
she-
no idea.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of free the girl. You get me? There you go. Because there's a lot of ladies that are going.
I wish
through
I
it.
never mentioned.
No, because there's a lot
I wish I
of
never
there's a lot of ladies that are
You're
going
gonna
through it,
get
bro,
that
and they need
Find
that
the
radio.
details.
You get me?
Yeah.
So, nah, big them up, free them up, man. You get me as well? Because everyone says free the man, then what about the girl, then, bro? It's true, innit? You get me?
true,
But the
it
show
is
got
true.
that's like K
But
Slay
yeah,
in America.
that's just to me, like that was kind of just to show like the amount of time I've been there, bro. Like
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
the amount of time I've been on One Extra. It's been so long now, bro. People have done.
And your shows is crazy because you've got like a show that's kind of commercial. Probably not the right way to word it, where it's a bit more commercial. Then you have a show where you just change, bro, like a whole different person. You're breaking new artists. It's more underground.
Oh no, you mean like the Saturday show?
Yeah.
Well, the
it's
Saturday
like-
show used to be on Radio 1 as well, innit? And I wouldn't say
Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't.
Of course it was.
I
That
hate
makes
it.
sense,
I don't like to use the word more commercial because it sounds a bit nuts. But that
Yeah,
show is
yeah.
like just a party show. So I'll fling house and garage and
Vibes.
jungle and grime.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
mix
vibes.
everything up. And then the weeknight show, Monday to Thursday, is like all new music.
Yeah. Targo embargoes and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick, you know.
Yeah, I noticed
Sick.
that.
So I get to
noticed
break
that.
with new
Sick.
artists. I get to
No, it's sick,
like,
bro.
yeah.
I swear that's like what Rascal used to do. In
I used to
the
do
early
homegrown.
days.
Homegrown, that's it.
I took over that homegrown show
That's what
from
I'm
Ras.
thinking. See, yeah, I'm deep
Like
in
we
it, I'm
found
deep
like
in
some
it.
of the we've had some
Deep in it.
mad.
He never played any of my tunes, that guy, bro, ever, man.
Ras.
Yeah, blood.
Bruv, like shit.
And I'm homegrown, bro.
Something,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
He's Target played some of my
Shout
shit,
out
bro.
Ras
Give me-
as well, though.
Come
Man.
on,
Got to
man.
big up
Yeah.
Ras. Ras was putting in.
Yeah, big
Still
him up,
is. Still
man.
is. Ras still
What?
putting in the work now. I
That's
know he does
foundation.
his
Played
reggae.
none of
thing.
my shit, man.
But yeah,
okay,
the
bro.
homegrown show is like where you found people like Georgia Smith and like, the
What?
list goes on, bro.
Yeah.
Who you found
Yeah,
on
see,
that
this
show,
is
bro.
crazy. Who's the biggest artist that's come like that you've played on the Targo embargo? So for the listeners, maybe let them know what a Targo embargo is, and who's
that's
the
like,
biggest artist that you've ever played on there, bro? Before they was who they are
Yeah,
now.
I feel all of them.
That's
I'll
it,
be
everybody.
honest. I'll be totally honest, bro.
Everybody.
Everybody.
If you could find me one, I'll
Probably Slimzee as well.
All of them.
Easy.
Dave, Stormzy,
Yeah,
Central C,
yeah.
whoever it is.
And that younger Storm.
And this is not me saying I'm responsible for nothing,
Yeah.
but every single one
Yeah.
of them has come onto the show before they were
Yeah, you pivot people though.
at the stage where
Yeah.
they're at, and because I've always tried to be.
You passionate about that?
Yeah, bro, I'm
Yeah.
so passionate, and I've never been someone who waits till something's hot
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah.
I will decide that I think people
This is
should
lit.
want to hear this.
Yeah.
The whole reason I DJ or I ever got into it is because the reaction I used to get from my friends coming to my yard, I would tape something off radio and then I'd get it ready and
Yeah,
when
exactly,
everyone-
discovered it.
yeah, and I'd play it for them and I'm seeing their reaction of
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
love
yeah.
like, that was like crack to me.
That's what I said on Spray's
And
podcast.
it's still the same, bro. So
I discovered 50 in my ends, bro.
that's bruv, see?
You know what I mean? And it was mad because people were like, who is this, bro? What does he look like? And it's a freestyle, 1999 shit.
Well, this is what
Stretch Armstrong.
I basically.
So I get it.
So me being able to hear a Stormzy early on, his name's starting to bubble, just jump in, just support, get involved. Like, let me get him in for his new single, whatever. Same with a Dave, same with a Central C or a Georgia Smith is even deeper than
that's
that
mad
because
still.
like we were doing a thing called Target's Notice Board.
Remember
and
that
she
as well,
sent in
yeah.
she was like just a 16-year-old. She sent in an acapella of
Right.
her covering a song, and I played that on the radio. Her
When
her
you first
manager
heard it,
would-
did you know, like, this is
Immediate.
crazy?
We're getting sent tons of these every week.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
to my production, we don't always play them. I'm like, let's play this one. I want to
Right.
play it. Tell people there's this girl. Da, da, da. Her manager was listening to the show.
Before
Contacted-
being the manager.
Oh yeah, no one knew her.
yeah,
She's just
yeah.
a girl called Georgia at this time.
Yeah.
There's no surname or nothing. This is just Georgia from Warsaw.
Crazy.
And then manager contacts her, Alakazam, there you go. And that's
Boom,
those
bang, boom,
kinds
done,
of things
patterned
have
up.
happened with like tons of artists. But I think we've had Target embargo to go back is
Yeah.
when we have the artist in to premiere a brand new single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll come in, it's like,
It's like the
like
first
a
hear
co-sign.
listen
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
we've done so many over the years.
Yeah.
But I
Fire.
think every UK artist from
Is there a
our
hard
thing.
part though, where you get so much and you miss a couple
Oh,
and you might even regret saying that I wasn't feeling that one and didn't play it? Or
yeah, now and again.
do you have to
now
air,
and
do you have to
again.
air people a bit though, rather than tell them you're not going to play it to make it more business?
Well, I don't tell people I'm gonna play it.
Oh,
or not.
that's
With Target
perfect, that's
embargo,
smart, that's
with
smart.
Target embargoes,
Yeah.
obviously it's all has to be
You
set
got-
up.
yeah,
They've got to come in.
Yeah, or
But
call in or whatever. Yeah.
a lot of the music I get sent, I'm like, if I'm sitting replying to everyone, I'm not going to play this. I love that. I'm not
yeah,
sure
it's a
about
bit-
that guy. How about you change the hook to that? And
Too
I ain't got
much.
time to do that.
Yeah, you're
Like,
not there, you know.
if I see someone or if I know someone, they can call me and
yeah.
like to talk
Yeah.
to me. That's
yeah,
different.
Yeah,
but
100%. Fam.
just from submissions, but I might hear something and think, yeah, I'm going to play that.
Yeah. That's mad stuff.
And pluggers and stuff like that, they might speak to my radio team. They'll send me the music as well, but they can the conversations about are we premiering this song tonight? Like yesterday, Thursday night, we probably pressed play on like 10 songs that are brand new, like first
Spankers.
place. But
Yeah.
obviously those pluggers are all like, they want to know, is it happening, is it not? So my team will communicate with those.
Right, got you.
I've got enough people on my phone.
Yeah, loud up.
In my
yeah, even,
DMs.
yeah, you got man like me.
No, but
Telling
like
you, hurry
just,
up, mate,
just
get
all
on the
different,
show.
like all different level of artists. Could be
Yeah.
a big artist who's DMing me saying or messaging me saying, "Targs,
New
a couple
thing.
of weeks, things."
Yeah,
Or it could
yeah.
be someone who's brand new.
Yeah.
Who I don't even know.
Because you got so many shows as well. There's so many
Yeah,
angles.
yeah, and because I'm known now for this, like being someone who pushes
breaks
new
records and
artists.
stuff. Yeah.
And to be fair, radio is in the same way. You can't just break a record on radio now.
It's different now,
Yeah,
innit?
like you've got all these different platforms.
That was gonna be my
So
next question.
Yeah, like it's different. So I've had to adapt into what my role is amongst it.
Now you might even play something that you don't really 100% feel right, but because the world
I'm
is
reluctant to do that as well.
so
But
reluctant to that,
at
yeah.
the same time, I do this for
The listener as
the
well.
people, the
Yeah,
artists, the
yeah,
listeners. So
yeah.
if there's something that's blown up and it's clearly like it's happening, it's popping.
Yeah.
It might not be something I drive around to every day, but
You might see where it fits.
if
in.
I think something's really bad and that's like I can't bring myself to it.
I rate that though, because fam, DJ,
otherwise-
the job of a DJ is to break new music still. And
Otherwise,
that's a long
yeah.
lost art, man.
Yeah, and I think no matter how long I do this, that's always something I'm gonna want to do,
Yeah.
whether or not it's a TikTok trending thing that everyone's looking at, or I think the radio thing still plays its part. Because I think even maybe more so because there's so much out there, a lot of people don't want to decide themselves.
Yeah.
So they rather just turn on someone who they trust.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I listen to Target. I know he's gonna give me 2 hours of
Yeah.
decent, good music.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't
People ain't
gonna
got
go
time
and
to
find
discover and that.
anything.
Yeah,
Or I might find something if I turn on
yeah.
Target. Like, so
For real.
I feel like that actually my role is now changed a bit more into like I'm curating for people rather than
Tastemaker.
like
Yeah.
like even that word I don't. Certain words I don't like.
corny,
I
innit?
don't like to. Yeah, it's,
Cringe.
if you call yourself it,
Yeah,
if you say, "Hey
yeah.
guys,
I'm
I'm a
calling you a dog.
tastemaker,"
Yeah,
like,
I'm calling you a
you know what I
tastemaker,
mean?
you
It
get
sounds fucking.
It sounds mental.
But I hear it.
Some chicken or in business. Like, man
someone
says,
else says
I
it.
am the
Yeah.
tastemaker.
Yeah.
It's a bit obnoxious.
It is.
I don't like the privilege thing.
No
like,
word.
I feel
even
like
though I'm in a
Westwood
privileged
would
position.
say that though about himself.
Bro, there's bare dons who would say that. But I ain't one of them.
Yeah.
Word.
And
That's
yeah.
more humble.
That's
No,
more
like,
like-
I don't even know if it's humble. Or I just.
Yeah.
Get on with
I
it.
don't want to not be who I always was, if that makes sense.
Like you ain't never gonna win. Yeah, you're not. You clearly you're not the kind of guy who'd ever win best DJ at any award and go out there and start shitting on everyone else.
Oh hell no!
Like,
First, I probably wouldn't.
And then when you
Bruv,
win it
I
the
ain't
next
won
year,
shit.
and then when
Can
you
I
win it
say
the
one
next
thing?
year, you got a newfound humility.
I ain't won. I ain't won nothing, bro.
Yep. Swear down.
Like, not for DJing.
Yeah.
Bro, first TV show we ever done,
Yeah.
we won about 10 awards, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine I've been DJing for
Yeah.
100 years.
Jesus.
Not one award for DJing.
Do you know what's mad though? Yeah.
Not one, bro.
You know what's crazy?
I've been nominated a couple times.
Been nominated a
You're
few.
gonna get
Well,
some
like
lifetime achievements.
Yeah, I think,
Sidewinder ones
like
and
when
that back in the
Mobos
day,
used
like
to do
Mobos,
it,
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
rated
yeah,
awards,
yeah,
they get
yeah.
nominated every
Yeah,
big
yeah,
up
yeah.
to them. Like I get, I'm not begging recognition, but I'm saying I ain't never won nothing.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you the belly though. When you're on your way out,
Listen,
so they're
bro.
gonna give man the big
He's already got it, bro.
achievement,
The
lifetime.
The lifetime achievement.
The belly, man. He hit the belly.
Nah,
man. It's good,
yeah.
man.
He
in
means
the
so.
sense-
He
yeah.
means so.
You know what I mean though? Like
Targo, man.
like recognition wise and legacy wise, like it's not in the end. It won't be slept.
No,
on,
no.
man.
Do you know what? I'm not. There are some people out there who might feel a bit like hard done by or bitter or like I don't. I definitely.
Nah, you
bro,
work though. Like,
no,
you
but
know how
like,
to work.
Even that, like the respect people show me and
Yeah,
get, and
yeah,
even
yeah.
like I
Yeah.
might be at the GRM thing the other day.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
conversations I'm having, like I know that it's not. I know that it doesn't
Stunning
go
us, bro.
unnoticed.
No, it's mad
Stunting
though,
us
you
with the
know.
gala, you
I
know.
think it's
No,
We got invited, but we just ignored it.
what?
We left we got it's in the
Come
email.
on, bro, you was-
Nah, it's in the email,
Get in
but
there,
we just
bro.
didn't open it, man.
Listen,
Innit? We decided.
or just text me, bro.
I don't lie on camera, bro. I'm
Text me, bro.
participating in that, bro. I don't
No,
lie.
but you know what? I see a few people's invites must have something. I don't know where they
Nah,
are. Like a
we-
few
nah,
people.
let's-
artists-
let's just clear this up. These
I've
guys
seen-
just
nah,
came
listen.
back to-
You're
I've
winding
seen-
you up too
No,
far.
but I've seen artists saying, "Bro, what happened?" and that. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like it's
Yeah.
just some.
No,
admin.
we didn't get invited.
No,
No, to be honest.
bro,
Yeah, there was no
I
invite.
keep bringing up things.
This
that, like,
episode's called
send
Not
me-
Invited.
See next year, you come with me in it.
Yeah, we're
Say
rolling.
that,
We're rolling.
right.
We're holding to
Right,
that
bro.
still. We're
I'm
rolling. We're
definitely
rolling.
holding man to that.
We're rolling.
worry.
He can't wait, mate.
I'm gonna end up in the
Don't
gala
worry.
that everyone is
Look,
invited to.
listen.
That gala goes.
Listen.
There's enough people not
What's
on the
the-
list. They could have their own gala,
There's
bro.
multiple galas now, bro.
Could be another gala on the same day, bro.
There's Guap Gala. There's the Mike Gala now.
Yeah.
We got the MRG
Yeah.
gala.
There's the fucking.
The
Why
MRG
don't
gala.
you start a gala as well? Real talk gala.
The extra other
Gala
one.
sounds,
Fuck it.
gala sounds a bit greasy.
Fuck it.
Something we wear poo shiesty mask with a suit.
Exactly.
You get me? Like, yeah, straight, no
No,
trim.
but yeah,
get me?
the reason I even mentioned that
No
because
trim. Yeah, right.
that so many people was in the room who I don't get to see face to face all the time.
All the time. Of
course.
And I know that it's not unnoticed.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm not like one of
Yeah,
people say, oh,
facts.
bro, why no one noticing what I'm doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, I can see that everyone can see.
Because the title DJ is a bit techie.
Yeah, because it's
It gets
confusing,
techie.
especially when it's not.
Yeah. Like the old
The
school
million
mixing.
things that I do now,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel like the pace of grime and you being in it for years and years and years and then going into radio has helped you pick people out quicker, like because with the pace of how you have to even release the tunes like 10 a show, for example, and then understanding who is good, who's authentic.
I think, you know what it is? I think I've just always had I've had a good ear for music. Like, from super young.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember picking apart songs and recognizing that a beat was good or someone could sing really good when I'm like 6, 7, you know, like really young.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm listening to my own music, like stuff I don't know, I just always had a good ear, and as much
Follow
as
that gut
people
instinct
know
after
me,
you hear it, yeah.
people know us for doing garage or know me for grime. Like this whole time, I'm listening to all music. It's just that you don't,
'cause you rap,
don't
you done
hear
jungle.
about that. But I'm listening to pop music. I'm listening to. I might have been listening to classical music at times. Like it's a broad thing we're listening to, but on the radio, you might just think these lot are just full on just grime.
Yeah.
And that's how some of the music ended up sounding so different as well. Cause we was influenced by so many different things.
Because I feel like the DJs who do dance, rap, grime, etc., like very specialist genres, they're the ones who make pop.
Yeah.
So then when there's pop DJs, I never know, like, I can never, like,
understand it.
They never brag or boast is the wrong word, innit? But they were never in it. Like, how do you celebrate pop music, but you can
not
be in grime, you can be in rap.
Good point still.
So these DJs like yourself, I just think making that pop music from the stuff that you love. Exactly.
Because
it's an interesting thing for me. I don't know.
Because I've seen it kind of all the processes from like street ground level to like making songs in your bedroom to high-end studios, independent, grinding it out.
Every level.
Shops, major labels, this, that. I understand publishing. I've got a publishing company. So over the years, just like, because I started with just the good ear, but then on top of that, I've kind of built knowledge. And just stayed on top of like watching what's happening here. Because if you go away for a year and come back, you could just be out of the loop.
100%, bro.
Like musically.
definitely.
And because I'm on the radio
6 months even
5 days a week,
can't be out the loop.
I'm constantly in the loop. I know what's next.
Yeah,
I know who's coming up.
yeah,
I can tell if a sound's building. I can see Jersey Club
Trends.
doing that. I can see that Drill's doing that. I can see that Grime needs to. I can see everything because I'm constantly having to like, not having to. I want to like.
Yeah, it's you.
So I think.
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's just what that all helps with it.
Being as well, like I think is a good segue. Being that it's the 50th year birthday anniversary for hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop 50 at the moment. Like it's his 50th birthday today.
This month, yeah.
I think today, literally, as we're recording, we're gonna ask all of our guests this year. You're someone that you definitely listened to hip hop growing up. I I can hear by the story.
100%.
You know what I mean? Is there like 5 albums that you can think of off the top? Where it's kind of like these albums are not per se the best albums that everyone is your favorite because they meant so much to you and made you feel a certain way at the time and impacted your music journey.
Do you know what one I'll put in there from early, and it was around that same time, 03-ish, driving to Sidewinder. Like when we're driving to go, like Dizzee Rascal in the back of my Punto. And Wiley, like this is the setup.
You know you was lit if you had a Punto then.
Come on,
man. They don't know. They think
that's what we're listening to though. Like we're not rolling there listening to garage and grime sets, bro. We're rolling there listening to Dipset.
Yeah.
See that
album, time was crazy.
Diplomatic Immunity, bro.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Still to this day, I was listening to. I have to listen to it every couple of weeks just to tap in. But
I listened to it last week still.
It takes me to a place like
it's like a reset.
It's mad that album reminds me of Sidewinder and all them things.
That's the thing.
It's not like I don't have to listen to Pulse X.
Yeah.
I listen to Dip.
We do that when we get there.
Yeah. But like we drive, but then in the back, Dizzy's saying, "I'm better than these. Watch." Like he's just angry, like he's pissed off. We're all like rapping along, and he's like, "Why you lot care so much about these?" And we're like,
I can imagine that.
Yeah, I'm better. And like,
Dizzy just going in.
Yeah.
I'm better than Jewels. I'm the wonder kid.
He was like, nah. So
that's crazy.
That album I definitely would put in one of my
super
favorites.
classic.
50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Same year as well, right? Ish.
Yeah.
Or 1 year before or something. So yeah.
Like that. I think I wouldn't put Dipset in like the top 5, but
but this is all about the impact.
But some, like with Dipset, I'd put in my personal memories top 5.
Sure 5, bro.
With 50 Cent, I think it's in
the actual.
It's in
the 5.
It's hard for anyone to argue it. Do you know what I mean? Jay-Z.
Which one though?
I know. That's the thing.
I want to hear.
It's hard to pick which one.
I want to influence it, man.
Yeah. Because I started from Reasonable Doubt, bro. I started from there, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro.
That's in my top 5 personally. Like,
it might be Reasonable Doubt, bro. If it weren't Reasonable Doubt, it'd have to be probably Black Album. But
Black Album's very well produced. Very well produced.
I probably would say Reasonable Doubt because foundation settings.
Yeah.
But here's a question though, yeah. Was you, and be honest as well, right? Because this is a question that I if I'm brutally honest, I didn't listen to it when it came out. I listened to it many years later, maybe 3-4 years later.
No, bro, I was listening to it then.
When it came out? So you was in
and I
there
didn't mean, do you know how I ended up listening to it? Remember I told you I got into jungle music?
Yeah.
I managed to find out that if you could join these mailing lists, and if you was like a DJ or a radio station, they'd send you songs for free.
Okay.
Like people hearing this now are probably thinking, what?
No, yeah, that makes sense.
They'd send you vinyl for
Press
free.
releases.
Yeah. So I basically managed to blag that I was on a station, sent in a little paper, accepting me on it.
Yeah.
I'm getting sent promos through the post, but then one day they had a hip hop division that I didn't care about, but they sent me through like one of their hip hop packs.
They did that though. I remember that.
So in this hip hop pack, I've just seen a few vinyl. I'd never heard of this guy, bro.
I think. Do you remember
Jay-Z
John Manning?
album.
John Manning, the Vinyl Records.
I do, bro.
And they were Best of British.
Why do I remember that?
Because he was
Why do I
kind of
remember
like
him?
big in garage. John Manning, Matt Heenan, all them lot. Yeah, they done all
these names
Garage
are
Fever.
definitely-
Garage
okay,
Fever,
that's
that's it,
right,
Garage
yeah,
Fever.
yeah.
So they used to give me the hip. I was a kid, but they used to give me the hip hop shit because
so
they
this
knew I
is-
was a rude boy.
But this is what
You know them ones like you can have those. You like hip hop.
I've been accidentally sent this hip hop pack. It's got a Jay-Z. I've just ended up listening to it.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is. I've got no context like at all. It's not like now I can just go online. There's no online. Like who is this guy?
Yeah. No one knew.
Yeah. In America, they obviously he's
Not really
bubbling,
though.
but
New York.
it was different because England and UK it was like you had
Disconnect,
to
innit?
wait. There was import.
Yeah.
Like it weren't like
Even
now.
we got
where-
the trainers late and that as well. Remember?
We used to have to order trainers from the American catalogs and that to try and be
Or
up.
go over there quickly and grab them and come back and that. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've ended up with this Jay-Z album. I've just liked it and just listened to it on repeat.
Cold.
And then thought this guy's cold. Didn't
Can
know
I
who he
live?
was, didn't. So I will say.
Man, the thing is, he
Reasonable
made half of that album in London,
Doubt. It's mad. I see some of the pictures and
in Harlesden and Grove and that. Yeah.
I'd put Kendrick in there.
What one though? Because it's the albums, remember?
To Pimp a Butterfly. No.
What?
Wait,
Good Kid, Mad City.
Sorry. Good Kid, Mad City.
Pimp a Butterfly was good though.
Calm
but
down. Yeah.
breathe.
Settle.
Sorry. Yeah. Good Kid, Mad City. Again, it reminds me of like a time as well.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the album's
Dre again as
ridiculous.
well.
And I think when that dropped, there was no artist that had me that excited about like real artistry.
Another new,
from hip-hop.
yeah. Someone new at that point as
who
well was refreshing.
Who I could hear was about to do mad, like gonna do crazy levels,
Sick
take
artist,
it
fam.
to other places and saying stuff in a different way.
Yeah.
Lyrics are mad, beat, everything was crazy. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go on the tour when he first came to
Also
the
that.
UK. Yeah,
Sick. That's big, bro.
I DJ'd on the tour. But
Mad.
Do you remember the group called Rascals?
Yeah.
Little shit in them.
Yeah, little
They
shit.
obviously like he's from Bow, innit?
Yeah, he's bowing it.
But I ended up DJing for them, and they had just got signed, and they got flung on this Kendrick tour.
Oh.
But I remember
Little shit.
when you say Kendrick,
When they
that's
called that though?
No, he was called.
Shiz-
His
Shiznit.
name was
Shizzle.
Yeah,
in the
Shiz.
ends though. His original name was Little Shit.
Yeah.
Only when he started to be an artist, he changed it to Shiz.
Little
Because
Shiz.
Shit wasn't
Yeah.
really.
I done the tune
Then it
with
turned to Big Shiz.
Yeah.
But his original Little Shit.
I done a tune with him still.
Shout him
Done a
out.
tune with him. I think Ice Kid and that bring him, and Mega and that bring him to the
Yeah.
studio one time.
But yeah, I DJ'd for them, and they got put on this Kendrick tour.
Sick.
Obviously, Kendrick again wasn't. It's not Kendrick now.
Not
it's
yet,
like, this
yeah.
is- I think he just dropped that album.
Section
And
80 was
it
before
was
that.
a,
K-Dot.
like, it was an academy tour, bruv. Can you imagine
Yeah.
Kendrick in an academy now?
crazy, innit?
Not the big academy.
Nah, this
like,
little one.
you couldn't even fit.
Yeah,
his entourage in there.
it's just facts. You wouldn't. He's fucking
Wow.
Just
But
like
yeah.
even like you by accident you would sell that out in 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd put that album.
No advert.
Do you know what album was cold as well? And I got reminded of it just yesterday. That's why it's probably fresh in my mind. But it might deserve a shout. The Fugees album, bro.
Ooh.
The score.
The score is hard.
It's most people's top.
The score.
Nah, that's not
Top
most
two.
people miss
I
that.
think it gets
They get
overlooked
missed.
because
Yeah,
it's
they miss
because
it,
it's
bro.
got because it's soulful and it's not straight rap, and it's got Lauren, even though she
Beautiful
was a beast
album,
as
man.
well. But
Yeah, beautiful album.
that
bro.
I think.
I,
for
you know,
me,
you
it's
know,
like-
even when
it was very
Skepta,
wholesome, bro.
Skepta got influenced by that. I remember that
I
Sunglasses
think
and Night
everyone.
Tune.
I can't
That
see
comes
how
from that.
anyone who listens to that probably.
Yeah, you
got
have to get
influenced 'cause
inspired.
it's
I got
too-
inspired by that.
It
Big
was
time,
too
bro.
again like Kendrick. You know, like when something
used to
comes
be
on, and it's like
number-
raw. No one is. It's like, what's this? Nothing's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
No one's
Fire.
touching that.
That's a good shout, you know, that one. So we're going to say Dipset, Diplomatic Community 1, Get Rich or Die Trying,
Yeah.
because it's in both personal
yeah.
and for it should be in everyone's.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, Kendrick Lamar,
K-Dot.
Good Kid, Mad City, and Refugees, the score. The
It's like
Fugees.
5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
five,
yeah.
bro.
That's a solid score.
It's a solid 5.
That is a
That's
solid five, to be
still.
honest.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a solid 5.
There's a couple in and outs you could do, but
Nah, but you know what?
that's a
This
solid 5.
question's very like I want a unique answer, so I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
I didn't expect Kendrick to pop in there.
Yeah,
I
no.
thought you was gonna give me the textbook one as well. You know, like
what's that?
it's always gonna be like the Blueprint and Illmatic and you know what I'm trying to say.
be
That's
fair,
the textbooks or Tupac,
I was
Biggie.
like, honestly, like I didn't really listen to their albums like that.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Nas,
Yeah.
I did.
Nas, I did, but Biggie, I didn't know.
But I always prefer Jay-Z over Nas. Because that for me, sorry.
Jungle's
At
my
the time
brethren,
when
so
I
I'd
was
have to say
listening
Nas.
to, at the time when I was listening to Jay-Z and Nas in that
Yeah,
respect,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, what did I want from music?
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z was giving me what I wanted.
The beats that he
Exactly.
picked were
And
better.
like, what he was talking about, it was more
Exactly.
like
Flamboyant,
flashy,
All of
this, that.
It's
I
more
was, as a
aspiration.
young person, like I
Yeah.
respected.
He was talking that shit, bro.
I could respect Nas, and I knew this guy's mad
It's a
lyrics,
genius,
like,
innit?
crazy.
Yeah.
But I need to. This is the.
That's what
I
I'm
need
trying to
bang
hear.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Jay-Z always.
I respect that though.
I've been trying to explain that for
But I
years.
never.
bro.
I
No,
don't
people
like. I don't
get
want
it,
to
though.
undermine Nas because Nas is
Nas,
fucking
innit?
Nas.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I still think he beat Jay-Z in the.
He
thing.
did, yeah,
But
100%. Yeah,
At that time,
100%.
Hey.
Ether murdered him, bro.
Like,
He's
Ether
like
was-
you, fam.
Ether
The
was
long run,
wars.
the long
Yeah,
run.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
He
true,
wins
you
the
know.
war.
That's the truth.
He
Yeah,
won the war. Like,
that Heartless Crew show.
You man win the war still.
Yeah, it's late. They got it late. They got it back late still.
Oh,
You
that
get
Heartless
me?
Crew show was crazy though.
That's Target show, bro.
Oh no, I thought you meant the show like,
No, like
when it was the Clash going on Page.
Oh,
Go
that
Heartless,
was mad. That was Destiny, innit?
No, but then the radio show the next day that Page Go done. At
yeah.
night,
I
in
saw-
retaliation.
I saw talk
So I
to
keep mashing them up.
That's when they just went mad, innit?
Yeah,
For time,
that's
slewing
what,
them.
they couldn't do anything else. That's all that was left. You know?
Defense mechanism.
Yeah, it's like, what can you do?
But if you take crowd, I think, to be fair, back then, if you take crowd participation out of the equation, and it's just like you lot, microphones, let's have
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
oh,
he's-
yeah.
it's
Well, it
a
was never
mad
that
The
though.
one
It's a
thing, yeah, oh
landslide
come
still.
on, definitely.
It's
But
a
the
landslide.
one massive thing you like, what their number
Crowd
one
control.
thing was is crowd participation and control. So you can, it's not really fair to take that away.
Even
But
the DJ himself, Fonty, could control the crowd.
oh
and
no,
not
no,
Mike.
their thing was
separate.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro. Like
It's
as far as
separate.
lyrics and Mike,
Yeah.
like it's you can see like it's not the same thing. But in terms of on stage entertainment for a crowd,
Yeah.
controlling the crowd,
Yeah.
making the crowd say "Page Go dead," that was what they was capable of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a question for you, yeah, and it's a mad. Are you a good DJ?
I'm sick DJ, bro.
Hard.
Yeah, 100%.
Now see that I always you know you know why that's a mad question, because you know like there's a difference between like just being called a DJ and being a good DJ.
But so you mean like? In
Mix
fact,
it
it
like-
doesn't matter what you mean actually.
Yeah.
In whatever aspect you
There's
mean,
so
I
many
would say
aspects.
I'm.
Yeah. Because
Because
there's so many aspects. There's so many aspects.
Yeah,
you
like-
get like the EZ, which for me is like
EZ is the best DJ for me.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
You get it.
I
Then.
don't-
That's what I'm
I'm
trying to say.
I don't expect to
But
be
it's
in
different
anyone's
technique though.
Yeah,
He
and
couldn't put on. He couldn't host a show like you though.
That's why.
See what I'm trying to
that's
say?
why the word. That's why the DJ.
The definition of it.
The definition of it. In terms of like, if you said, "Am I a better DJ than EZ?" Would I try and go up against EZ?
Technical
No.
ability, no way, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
calm
yeah.
down a bit. But in terms of like,
You could probably get the crowd going more. If
I
you pick,
wouldn't even try and say that.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
leave
That's
EZ
all
out
right,
of it.
yeah, let's
But
leave that one alone.
like, can I shut down a rave wherever I am? Yes.
Yeah.
Can I go on the radio and do the same?
Yeah.
Yes. Can I mix
Yeah.
amazingly live
Yeah.
in any situation? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I know
Yeah,
good
yeah.
music? Yeah. Like them things I will confidently say. But
I was gonna say, bro, you could mix a set on the most like typical EZ rave. You could have a set on there and you'll be in your bag, innit?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, there's other events that you do still in your bag. EZ
can't do.
wouldn't be in his
Yeah,
bag.
no,
He
of
wouldn't be in
course.
his bag
That-
trying
that's
to-
the
do you
thing
get
with-
me?
you'll discover a record
Like,
before him.
you're
That's
way
what I think
more-
it
I
is
think
as
what
well.
differs is like
You're
most
way more.
most of the my DJ friends or DJs I know, they're like, that's what they do, innit? They're a garage DJ,
Yeah.
or they're a house DJ, or they're a,
Genre specialist, like
they DJ, that's what they wake
Yeah.
up. They're doing mixes. They're playing out 4 or 5 times.
give
a
them a
week.
mic. They don't know what to do, bro.
But
as
then that's
well.
not. They're not supposed. Like, that's
Yeah,
not,
that's
like,
true.
That's
That's
fair.
true.
That's
Yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough. Like
yeah.
that's they're not supposed to.
no hosting
Like,
element.
I really wasn't. I never planned to. If you'd asked me this when I was starting, I just wanted to be a DJ, like
Yeah.
the DJs,
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
DJs. But then things have just happened, and I've taken certain opportunities that's just opened it up a bit. And then now, DJing is just one of the things now. Even though it's the bread and butter, it's where it all started. It's like, if I wasn't on the radio, like, I'd probably be like, I'd be a presenter more than a DJ, or I'd be
Yeah, facts.
this, or,
Yeah.
or, do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so I don't ever take away from any other DJ, because every DJ is different. There's a lot of
100%.
DJs. There are a lot of DJs now who are just, it's just cue buttons and laptops.
Now the art's this gone now kind of thing in my opinion.
like
The
in a
art's
lot of
gone
it.
now.
Yeah,
it's more digital. And
it's like it's a different day and age,
like you
different
got
training
tempo
camp.
counters and
It's a lot.
like,
It's easier.
It's not that vinyl feel where you have to cue it and
that's different. But then
count the beats and
if I sat here and said, "Oh,
sound like a granddad,"
the
innit? You start
vinyl,
picking it apart.
DJs, like
one thing about you've moved with the times and evolved in a great way. You transcended brilliantly, bro.
You kind of have to as well.
Yeah, but a lot of people, that's an art in itself that people undermine. That's why the reason why I asked that question was because I know for a fact, that looking at it now, you're a great DJ, bro. Like you've done everything. You've ticked off every box. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when it was pay as you go, I didn't know if he was a good DJ or not.
Oh right, see,
I had to wait for a few years because I used to think he's alright. Slimzee's better.
But you see,
you know what I mean? And I was a listener.
No, but that was Slimzee.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Slimzee was the like.
He was the G though. He was like the new Easy.
Yeah, he was definitely like again. I wouldn't never take away from him. But even in them days, I thought I was sick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course, because you're there.
But I also could appreciate if someone was like, but Slimzee, man, is the guy. Like I
can't remember who it was. I just remember listening to like a couple of sets. I don't know if it was like Bionics or something.
Oh yeah.
It was a bit clangy.
Oh come on, Bionics.
Yeah, and I used to like
Bionics. You could never mix, bro.
It was like my fear of him being on a set, bro. Like you know, like when I'm listening.
Bionics was in Roll Deep by Mad Default. Family interweaved.
See what I'm trying to say? I got a point. That's my point.
It wasn't on It wasn't on merit.
It wasn't on merit. That's the right word.
The man them bring the two man them to not be a part of this.
Like Genius was a sick DJ, but his record selection didn't suit my ear.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
everyone's gonna have their everyone will have their different.
Do you know what I mean?
Their different preferences. But I would still.
I'm glad you said that about yourself because I was waiting for him to big himself up because he's been humble. I wouldn't call myself that.
Imagine I said,
"I need him to say he's good."
I'm meaty.
Nah, not meaty, but like some people be like, "Oh, I'm alright." But I'm glad you said that because I think over time you become better anyway. In my opinion,
I think
you grew.
But then even saying that I DJ less, like as in DJ
actual DJ
less, then I don't DJ out as much as I used to. I do some festivals over the summer, but. Like you might have caught me playing in Preston on a Thursday night at uni. Them things that I ain't doing.
Cleaning up over there.
Anymore. But like, that was a run I did for years. Like that circuit pressures. East, all the Easter spots, racing
as
from there to there. But then now, like I'm in a different place where there's a lot more going on. Those Thursday nights in Preston. Ain't as
don't look as inviting anymore, bro.
Look, I keep saying Preston, big up Preston, wherever it is. Like they're just not as appealing now, so I have to kind of pick and choose
what makes sense. Because you're on radio every day, bro. You got to be somewhere as well.
And then I've got all the other things.
Family.
There's so much stuff that we haven't.
Congratulations on the wedding too. See what I'm trying to say? So many aspects of life.
6 years this year.
That's what I'm thinking, bro. I remember it like yesterday.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because I remember at the time I was trying to get you on the podcast and we couldn't. This when we first started the podcast.
6 years ago.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying this took 6 years to get him on. Well, it has technically, but you don't know. You don't know.
That's what I was gonna say, fam.
He's trolling.
That's what I was gonna say.
Not like constantly for 6 years.
That's mad. If it was constant for 6 years, that'd be wild, fam, man. That's what
you have to blame me. I animated face. I'm sorry.
Nah, do you know what it is? In 2016, when we officially done the SAS episode, there was no visuals. Then we done after SAS done Stamina Boy.
Oh yeah.
Like we was going through like this little.
Bro, 6 years ago you were still big target, you know. Man had to lay the bricks. You get me?
No, bro, but you know what it was? It was timing, innit?
Yeah. To me, it's always
timing,
like
bro.
I'm timing for me now. It's probably
and I got salty with him that year as well, bro.
I
remember I got salty with him, bro. Huh?
Stop speaking to me or something.
I got a bit funny with him, I think, still because because I just remember. Because I remember. Yeah, that's what. No, because I remember.
I was existing.
I remember. I'm doing this podcast thing here, little old me. I've got a little box room, no cameras, nothing. Got 2 mics, and I'm inviting him on, and he's like, yeah. You know, he's big because Target's my guy still, so he's like, no, I'll come through in that. I'm trying to get him through. His wedding, I can't blame the wedding, obviously. Big up the wedding. The wedding's happened, did it, or Saturday, whatever, and then I try again a couple times, like, and then listen, let me land. And you know, like I'm over.
I should have cancelled that. I felt bad. I did feel bad.
To be fair, I can't remember if the wedding was around that time or not, so I'm just saying it because it sounds nice. But basically, I'm trying to pitch him to come on again. So I think I've even emailed him again, like, yo, bro, like, just want to, like, it's going to be a raw, in-depth conversation, then before he comes on, he starts a show called In Depth.
Right.
So
I remember that.
Right. I didn't even clock that was
see what I'm
right.
saying?
He's been waiting an hour, you know.
I didn't even think- I
He's
was
waiting an
thinking,
hour
what?
to get you in.
Nah, because I'm thinking, fucking hell, bro. I've been trying to have an in-depth conversation with him
Stole
for
my
about a
show,
year,
man.
mate.
Wait,
Now
all
I've
this-
I've
You
ran
get
with
me?
it, bro.
And then when he's done it, he's getting all the guests that I can't get.
Hey, fam, should I leave?
You know what I mean?
So
Like,
basically, it was
he's got
nothing to-
Meg-
it was
he's got
actually
Gets
nothing
on
to do
straight
with
away,
me,
Mega
basically.
Man. I
Oh,
won't.
No, I'm saying it was like you being salty
Yeah.
was actually nothing to do with me then.
Yeah.
It was like-
Facts.
there you go,
No,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say there's no one.
but I should,
you're a
like-
big target, bro. Like you said.
But
You
at the
get
same
me?
time, I was always like, no, we need to make this work. And
Yeah.
then when I see you at the mobiles,
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
patterned
no,
up
we're
proper.
and even then, it's still been a little while. But I said I was gonna come through and do it.
No, but I hear that though, because
Yeah.
every time you hit me back, it was always like, "Can you do Monday?" I can't.
because
this
I'd always
week.
come on
You-
some like
Sunday.
yeah,
You
but
know what I
yeah.
mean? DJing, like you can't really come here on the Sunday at the same time we do it, or
course
whatever.
not, bruv.
Which is why we're here now on this different
course.
day at a different random time and that. But you know what I'm trying to say to make it work. But at the time, it was me being salty.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. I said I was being salty.
That's
was.
fair. That's
No,
fair enough.
because
Yeah,
you
but
know why?
That's a
I'm
normal,
sitting on my
that's a
own trying to
regular
work it out, and
human
no
reaction,
one's.
bro.
Nah, it
Like-
shouldn't be though.
No, but it shouldn't be. But
Shouldn't be.
as long as I've been in this, bro, I can guarantee you, there's guys somewhere now who's salty with me, and I don't know why
Yeah,
they are.
it's
but they are.
it's entitled though a
Yeah,
little bit, which
like-
is bad. You shouldn't be entitled.
It's
bro.
not the, but it's just.
I
it's
think
just-
I was
it's
going
It's still
through.
human as well, though. Like,
I was going through a tough time though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to,
it
like,
don't-
work
it
it
don't
out,
take
blood,
too
and-
much, like,
yeah.
for someone to feel away. Do you know what I mean? Don't
They're
take.
probably salty right now because they've asked to be on the podcast, and man ain't implicitly said
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
Like, man
facts,
ain't said
facts,
no,
facts.
but then man ain't scheduled it in either.
Yeah,
They might be
Yeah.
salty.
Yeah, in a minute they'll just
Yeah.
be like, "Nah, them man along me off."
don't
or-
rate me.
Or
Yeah,
someone,
they don't rate me,
like,
yeah.
obviously, people sending me music all the time. You know,
tough,
these guys
innit?
are salty
But
because
yeah.
I have or haven't, not have. If I haven't played
It's so
their
it's
song,
tough,
or-
bro.
Fam.
Like,
You're in a tough position.
That's just always been something. I'm like, I can't spend time worrying about that or thinking about that.
Can't,
Yeah,
bro.
nah.
Gonna-
Yeah, you gotta keep it
I
moving.
can't compromise what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I have to keep my integrity of what I'm doing. As long as I'm doing that, I can't. If someone's mad at that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is,
And it's never intentional. Sometimes it's I've missed a song, timing. Sometimes it's I
bro,
don't like it.
so-
Sometimes it's like sometimes it. Of course it is.
That's fair enough.
It
innit?
has to be.
How
Though.
can it not
It
be?
has to be. You gotta play everybody's
Yeah.
tune, bro.
Then
You've got beef for the table today.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm just clumsy, bro. See my feet, they're size 12 and they hit everything.
Jeez.
But I've had it all, like people I've grown up with who
Yeah.
just expect that because I've grown up with you. Or
Now you're gonna
known
play
you
my
since
record on
ends,
Friday and that.
would fall-
Yeah,
like,
Entitlement.
yeah.
Whereas I've had to shut that all because once you open the floodgates to that, then within a year,
Yeah.
I'm playing any and everything.
Yeah.
And no one's even rating it, and then
Yeah.
another year later, I'm not even
Yeah.
there no more.
There's a reason why you build something that people
foresight.
want to be on.
Yeah.
It's like if I let everybody be on it, then it's still
no
the
mis- yeah,
thing.
it's no
And it's not-
mystique.
And it's
Yeah,
not like
still
a
the thing
thing
that
like where I'm
wants
like,
to
That's
you
true.
can't be in my thing. It's not like I'm doing that and I'm saying you're outside.
But you're measuring it in a way where it makes sense
Yeah,
logically.
it's gotta
like,
be
it's got to be
fair.
tight. The time's got to
and
be
it's
right.
got to be
It's got
for
to
the
make
reasons.
Yeah.
Like if I don't keep the music at the forefront of why I'm doing it, then
You lose
none
all
of
sight
this
of
stuff.
none of it exists.
like the only reason I'm still doing this is because the music's always been at the forefront.
Yeah,
Like, every
yeah,
single
yeah.
thing I've done,
Yeah.
rap game, you could bring it to these things
This-
now.
this-
Writing a book, whatever it is. If I didn't think of the music at the forefront, these
They
things
don't exist.
They couldn't, or if they did, they
There's
would have been
there's no
whack.
story.
Yeah,
There's no story.
they would have been whack, or you would have been able to see through it, or
Yeah, it'd be corny.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be able to see it.
What was the transition into TV like? How did it come about? Was it a particular?
Not even planned again, bro.
Really?
Like, nah, not at
That
all.
looks proper. Like you was.
It's
I'm
crazy,
deep in
bro.
it like, right, I'm deep in it like, well, no, you're going to answer, sorry.
Like, it's actually
Thank
like
you, bro.
accidental again.
Mm.
But in 2018, I became head of music at One Extra as well.
I knew you, I was going to say.
So like, it's a different role. It's like you look after the playlist. You know, like One Extra Live and all them.
What was
big
the
events.
lady before? That was over there.
Laura,
Was Laura, innit?
Laura Lucan,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then Austin.
Oh, Austin was after Laura.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know that,
Austin
you know.
was like worked with
Program
Laura,
director,
and when Laura moved on,
I only
Austin
remember. I
moved
didn't know
up.
Austin. Okay, got
And
you.
you had
That makes
Ryan.
sense.
Ryan was kind of working under Austin when
I only met Austin at
moved.
Spotify. I think. That's the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
time I-
Austin,
yeah.
Austin was a guy from One Extra.
Yeah, I didn't know that still.
But yeah, I've ended up with that job randomly,
That's big, bro. You deserve
and
it.
I'm still on the radio. But it was again not something I'd never planned to do anything like that. Just opportunity have arisen. It was there. I thought I could do a good job at it. It happened, whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm doing that job.
Are you still that now?
Nah.
No.
In 2021, I was getting so busy.
Yeah,
that's like
too
a real
much.
job.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
20,
job.
full time.
Even though like
No, it is.
I was
never.
I was only like I got 2 ins and outs. I wasn't scheduled to do it full time, like in hours wise. But it was only me doing, like me and Sarah Beaumont. I had like two of us, but
The load.
Like, on top of me doing 5 days. 5 days a week.
You say the female's name. Technically, it's not pause.
5 days a week on the
He's
radio.
married to pause. Yeah.
5 days a week on the radio. This, that, all going on.
Yeah.
I can't even. There's no time. There's no space for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I got invited to a meeting about a new show that's happening. BBC are doing this show. They want to do this show rather. There's a US show called The Rap Game. They want to do a UK one. They're calling it the Grime Game. It's this, that. It's going to be the flags immediately, innit? Red flags.
But that's mad.
Imagine I've gone to the meeting.
What are you saying, bro? You said, like, listen, mate.
What?
It's all red flags. Everything's red flags to me. Wiley's the host.
What?
Like,
He
bro,
ain't coming.
What?
Listen to
He's
me.
not turning
Wait,
up,
no,
bro.
go on. What?
Listen to
Wiley's
me.
the.
I've just listened to. I've listened to everything they've had to say, and I've said, all right, yeah, okay, cool. Right, here's what you can't do. You can't quit the Grime Game because you've already showed me that. Anyway,
The contendant.
let's not go too into it.
Alright, yeah.
But it was a different. It was looking very different.
Yeah.
I didn't even say nothing about Wiley. I said, you got Wiley as a host? Right, okay, cool.
Yes.
I didn't want to say too much. But
Good
I said,
luck.
Cool. Yeah, I
Taken
didn't even
was
say good luck.
good
But then
luck.
We've gone through that meeting. Next meeting's come back. We've heard that Wiley ain't gonna do it. Surprise. Of course
He was waiting.
But then at the same time, we're getting closer to like a show that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the whole point was one
Forming.
extra one was going to be like a kind of not a partner, but like kind of involved.
Like the Diddy
So
bad boy thing where
I'm
they
here.
pick the winner and
Yeah,
front
so
and
I'm
back
here.
it.
I'm here like in my one extra. I'm in a representing one extra, seeing if this is a show we could partner with, and is it going to be authentic, rare. We've got it to a point where it's actually looking like this
Looking
could
alright
work now.
Yeah.
Drop that silly name, change a few things, tweak a few things. I'm like, this is actually coming together.
Yeah.
Next meeting comes. Next time I come to the meeting, they're like, oh, we were thinking actually, like, would you be up for presenting it? And I was like, me though. And I was like, yeah, but you and like, what if we got you and a rapper or rappers? And I was like, depends who it is.
Who it is, yeah.
He said, well, funnily enough, we've already spoke to them. And we told them we're speaking to you. We've already spoke to them. We've spoke to them about it maybe
That's
being
when
you.
it signed off, bro.
And they was like, they were happy.
Yeah.
They told me who it was. I was like, oh yeah.
So they
it's
told
them.
Crypto Code and it's definitely Target.
Well, they said we're talking to Target, and they said to me
Yeah.
we're talking to them.
Okay.
So it's like,
Mind games.
but we both was like, if it's them,
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Yeah.
we knew, could it?
I do that
I
stuff
don't know
a
who
lot
it
now.
would have been who I would have said, nah, definitely not. But
No,
I was happy it was them.
Let's be
sorry.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like when I got America, yeah. No, listen, when I
Fire camp or some shit. Or some shit.
when I got America, I told the podcaster that I'm trying to get on that I'm doing the podcast with the other guy, and then I tell the other guy I'm doing it with the other guy, and I'm trying to get you on, and then they agree. All of them
They
agree.
all agree.
Yeah, it works. So what they done was proven.
Basically, they
technical
so
strategy.
they done that. Technical.
Yeah.
So anyway, cut long story short, I'm the fucking presenter now with Crypto Conan. So there
That's
we
big
are.
though.
Boom, we're filming in 6
Natural
weeks.
though.
ABCD boom. So we've
Yeah.
gone and but then when we've gone and done it, I've actually like it's felt right.
Enjoy it.
You
Yeah, bro,
you
it
look
was so
comfy.
fucking
Yeah.
so much fun we have making that show, bro.
Yeah.
That's why like, I'm glad it was them because I don't know. We just came to it all on the same page.
Yeah.
We all just wanted us three. We just all wanted to make sure it was nothing that people could say, why are they not on some corny show?
Yeah.
So why didn't Zones win then?
I get asked that to this day, bro.
Fair question.
You caught 100%
Say
fair
no
question.
more.
100%.
Alright,
Like 100% fair question. There's other questions that people ask. I'm like,
I don't.
come on.
That's
That's the fair. That's the fairest question. out
I'm
of
watching the
them
whole
all.
thing thinking,
But at the same, that season was literally could have been Zones
yeah.
or Graph, depending on who you
Yeah.
ask or who you speak to. Some people are like Zones definitely should have won. I'd say about the same amount of people say exactly the same thing about Graph. So as much as it's like 50-50, I know there's always going to be Zones fans who are like, how did she not win?
She was,
And
you
it
know,
was
she was
one.
that.
But yeah, we done that first
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
had so much fun, and it came on TV. All we wanted was it not to be like for our culture to accept it. Like,
No, facts.
we didn't think of no mainstream type of thing.
Yeah.
It was just like we just want everyone to say, right, okay, they put the culture on the TV, cool. Then the next thing you know, it's BAFTAs and it's
Yeah.
national television awards and it's winning awards for this and it's broke records for BBC Three's viewers and it's millions of this and that, like all these stuff starts
massive, innit?
Man was gripped to this show, you know.
But I didn't.
I know because I know people that like can't miss it.
I'm going in the dry cleaners or the shops where I've been going for years and under the radar.
All of a sudden you're famous to them.
I'm just Darren in it for years, bro. I've gone in there. They're like, you didn't tell me.
I didn't know.
And I'm thinking, right, everyone's watching this show, bro. I'm in the supermarket. The woman who's like middle-aged lady serving me, she's like, you're on that TV. I'm like, rah, this is
household
like,
now.
Not house.
No, a bit because my mum watches it.
It went to like a completely, especially because I'm a DJ. Yeah. I'm on the radio.
Yeah.
I can get about now, bruv. Everywhere I go, like people spotting me.
No facts.
Not like a. There's fucking famous, but like
no,
for
but
me,
still
it was a transition for me.
Trust me, I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Then
I know exactly what you mean.
Season 1 did really well. Then we done season 2. That's the
and don't forget as well.
That was even bigger.
You've done so many things now that even if someone don't recognize you from one, they're gonna recognize you from the other. So you're actually gonna be technically quite well known, bro.
True.
Some people come to you and say, oh, maybe from Napa. Someone else will say, saw you on Rap Game. Someone else will say. Or whatever, like I heard you on One Extra, so it's depending on
who knows you from what genre and what area and
so we done
what era as well.
Because we did the Rap Game season 1 that was really done really well, and we just finished doing season 5 now.
Mad.
Wow.
Yeah, that's big still.
Yeah, because
that's a big run.
Quick question before we come off this, with Rap Game, the winner, they get like a single release?
Originally, the first three seasons, it was one single release.
Yeah. Signed to who, if you don't mind me asking?
It was through Play Dirty. Then the first couple were through Play Dirty, one single, and the third one I think was through like a label they had set up through like a major to
Okay.
Now, because of the headache around that, and there was a lot of business that was hard to do, and like because it's BBC, it's a lot more red tape. There's a lot, and we thought the one single ain't really
doing much for them.
Yeah, they kind of
it's a bit of a whack prize.
So now it's like they win £20,000 that they can put into.
You could do your.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Well, like, you don't just get given a briefcase of cash, but like you want to do a video.
Budget,
How much is it? Cool. You want to do?
So it's like a label budget without it being a loan.
Yeah, it's not a loan. So like they can put,
so that's sick, bro.
And then they get like their song goes on the One Extra playlist now. That's a new thing.
That's nice.
There's a couple of little extra things. Some of the challenges, like they win something as well now in the show. So like one of the challenges this year, they won. Their song goes on the promo of that champion. That's the other show that.
Yeah.
Last year it was like they one of the songs will go on. It was like some super dry fashion show things, you know, like just
good press.
Because there's not been, no one's blown from the show, innit? That's the question we get asked a lot. When like, how come no one's blown?
One of the brothers recognised me at the mobiles from the show. I patterned up with him. The light skinned brother that what's his name? Jay something.
Jay Clark.
Yeah, Jay Clark.
Oh yeah. So I think that's the one thing that's not happened is no one's like blown. One thing that's happened is all of them who go in come out with the way more recognition. Like they've got an opportunity. I think what Rap Game is, because we've all seen X Factor and we've all seen these shows, and we expect
making the band.
The winner just goes. It's not.
No, it's mad. It's mad.
But again, that's like it's pop.
It's mad. It's
yeah,
mad.
so
it's mad.
We're thinking of it like that, but I think what Rap Game is a bit different. It's more like this gives these unheard, mainly known, kind of unknown artists
a voice and a platform, an opportunity.
Like, you're now in a position you couldn't have been in before these 6 weeks. Like you've got an audience, you've got people who are now your fans. You've learned bare stuff across this journey because it's a tense.
Hell yeah.
So they're learning, they're meeting idols and learning from people who are in the game. Like so it's more like it's like a mad training camp where you just end up with an audience at the end. But what you do at the end,
it's up to you.
What I say to all of them off camera, like, see at the end of this. Don't think you can just kick back and you've been on Rap.
That's when it starts.
Like, it ends when this show ends.
I was going to say that I didn't want to sound like a cunt, but I was going to say it's on them a lot really after.
It's on them completely. If it works or not. Because after that, I'm carrying on with all my million things that I do. Krept and Conan, they're going to come flying out the sky.
They're going to go open a new restaurant.
You lot are going to have, you've got to put in your work now. You've got an audience now. You've gained.
That's why I rate people like 50 Cent and that, bro. Because even though you see the glitz and the glamour of the fame, and the riches, when it was their opportunity, they took that opportunity.
That's the thing.
The label was moving slow. Okay, we're gonna make our own mixtapes.
Exactly.
We're gonna go and do our own freestyles. We're gonna go and do radio every week. And
Exactly.
it's like Roll Deep, bro.
But this is what
Wiley done that.
Grime was
Grime
built
taught
on
us
that.
that.
Grime was built because, right, we want to be heard. We want to make music. We can't. There's nowhere to be heard. There's no platforms. We've got no infrastructure. No one cares.
So you have to do it all yourself.
Okay, well, we either don't do nothing, or we can just try and do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Just try to.
But I think because of that, because I was part of that, I take that into these TV buildings.
And that's why you're winning, bro.
Book. What I can't just write a book.
God loves a
why
trial.
can't I write a book? Why not? I printed up
why not, bro?
records and went and sold them.
Yeah.
When everyone said
you can't do it.
whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like, what's nothing? That's the one thing that I've kept
Pioneer,
that,
bro.
That
A
same
visionary.
mentality. Of
You
like,
made Aim High DVD, bro.
Yeah.
We didn't even touch on that.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forget something.
Yeah.
It just hit me now because I'm thinking like examples. What can I use as an example? That's an example, bro. Like,
because that was like literally like
man said, what? You know what? I'm gonna make my own DVD.
because I was watching Smack DVD and
Hell yeah.
the American ones.
Yeah,
and
come
at
up
the same
to
time,
Sub-Zero.
big up to Troy, A+. He started
Yeah.
practice
Hours.
Practice hours.
Big up
Rooney and
Whiskey.
Sparks.
He was doing Risky, and
Yeah.
I was in Roll Deep, so I had like a privileged access to certain
behind
things.
the scenes and stuff.
So obviously
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like you got a bit more Roll Deep, but obviously we went
facts.
No, but I enjoyed your
everyone.
DVDs were sick, bro.
was
Yeah, I
cold,
enjoyed
fam.
because we saw different elements of Roll Deep that we never saw before.
Yeah, but that's
like
what-
the Biggie
that's what it
Pitbull
was, yeah.
and that off.
Yeah,
like you didn't know about much.
Yeah.
He had like 2 lyrics and
Yeah.
page you
I
know.
remember that.
But that's what
You know what I'm trying to say?
that's what it was for. Because I remember I was just
Scratchy moving mad on the block.
Yeah, and I'm watching Smack DVD and I'm seeing, I don't know, this rapper on his block, and I'm thinking,
in the car chatting shit.
yeah,
and
like,
that,
what if we
French
was
Montana or
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
what if we was in our car chatting shit and like it's all I did was take a blueprint that they had and adapt it.
As a
to
hood,
our
you,
thing.
I enjoyed them bits.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like,
that's all that was.
Like, oh, is that what their block looks like? As
Yeah.
well? I didn't know Roll Deep was in like a block like this.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah,
people,
in
like,
East, they got bare blocks
Yeah,
in Devon's
bro.
Road. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Mad, I didn't see them. 'Cause I just went on Roman Road and
Yeah.
then got the train.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yes,
what I mean?
you wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, that was another big part of the. People are still on to me now about putting them on streaming.
Yeah.
They're online though, right? On
Yeah,
YouTube,
they're on YouTube.
like copied and
Ripped,
Yeah,
whatever.
ripped and that. Yeah.
Someone's. But,
Yeah.
everyone's talking about putting the audio because they used to come with an audio CD in it
yeah,
as well.
yeah. With the freestyles and that,
yeah.
and the
so
mixtape. Yeah,
me
yeah.
and Danny would produce 20 songs.
What's the Aim High rhythm, innit? And everyone would jump on it as well.
Yeah, there was all different ones.
Yeah.
There was
Remember
a
that
few
still?
different ones.
That was cold. So the roll deep to sort of conscious of time in it to bring it to an end. Roll Deep, something that we touched on the gritty grime and the radio, the pirate sessions, the under 18s raves and all the clashes and that. But there was an element of Roll Deep where Wiley was kind of gone out of the picture. But there was a really massive moment for Roll Deep where they were signed and had number ones.
Yeah.
How did that feel after all these years of putting in that work to be able to
another
be on
crazy-
top of the charts, bro?
It
Like,
was another crazy time, bro.
Yeah.
And it's mad because even though Wiley was like physically wasn't really around, like he orchestrated that whole move again.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
He was in the studio. He had been working with a producer in Manchester and a singer in Manchester, Jodie Connor. He made this song with them. Decided to put Scratchy and Breeze on it, and Brazen.
Brazen's cold.
Yeah.
He's cold stuff.
He saw the play, saw the vision, heard this song, knew it was a pop song,
Yeah.
knew that it was gonna work. Played it to us. We was like, this, like, it is one of them kind of. Because at the time, remember, this
That
is
was
the time
going
when
on though. He had
people are
Heatwave.
doing that. It's like, it's that vibe. You got
Yeah.
Tiny, not
Yeah.
Tiny, sorry. You got Tinch, you've had
Tinchy.
Tinchy, you've had this one, you've had that one.
Dappy.
He's had Heatwave.
Yeah.
So we're not like.
It was a commercial
Yeah.
era. Let's call a spade a spade. It was a
Listen,
commercial era, bro.
1,000,000%. So
It was money
Oh,
time for a lot of people.
trillion%. Because
Well,
remember,
Graham,
this
my
is a
Rolex.
time when you can't get like you're trying to get on Radio 1 playlist. You try.
Yeah. It's a weird time. Grime,
Yeah.
Grime. Let's be honest. Grime kind of fizzled
Grime
out.
was
bro.
in a very
It was in a
weird-
weird space.
Yeah.
People that were doing grime then, I weren't listening to them.
But the one thing I always say is, we were doing these songs
in the grime days.
Yeah.
With the
when
in the deep end.
on the
pause,
same
yeah.
album as When I'm Here, we
Yeah.
had Heartbreak Avenue.
Shake a leg.
I
and
remember
that.
that.
So,
Come on.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like let's suddenly.
Although that kind
the
of
whole
thing,
time.
I had that album
cool.
ages
Avenue
before it
for
came
like
out.
for a second.
Yeah.
But
Big tune up.
even
Yeah.
them songs, they weren't like let's consciously make a money song. Like Wiley was.
That
in
was
the
actually
taxi.
good music though.
Yeah, but it's just like, cause I was saying before, we listened to so much, and we were into so much. Sometimes you just wanted to do something
Different.
outside the box.
Because you're music man. Like,
But at the same time,
Yeah.
as much as I'm saying that, also when Wiley made that song, as much as it was a sick pop song,
Yeah.
we knew, this could properly work.
hell yeah.
So it did end up getting signed.
Yeah.
you hope that things go right, and it just went from one. It just kept.
Every artist has that though.
It was all everything was lining up.
Yeah.
Radio 1 A-list like 4 weeks before it came out. This was happening. The videos flying. That's Shazam. Like, everything you could. The updates
Shazam era. Yeah.
The updates were like raw.
That's crazy.
Then the week of the release, it just flew to number 1, bro. We was like, I think it was battling with Usher.
Jeez.
Remember that Usher song, OMG?
Yeah, and that was a big tune.
Yeah.
Big tune.
All week it was battling with that song. Then on the Sunday, because it used to go Sunday to Sunday, the label lady called me. Bro, when I see her number come up, bro, it was like, have we done it or not? You know,
Yeah, because Usher in it, bro.
She said we was number 1. I said, no,
Mad.
mate. I phoned everyone.
Yeah, he went mad. Champagne.
It's deserved though.
We had a mad party.
It is.
Number 1, and then it was just mad because you know, like you said, all them years.
Yeah.
And you're the number 1 in the country. You're doing Top of the Pops, and it's here, and it's like everywhere we're going, it's like it's a new level unlocked. You know, like that pop.
It is, bro.
It was a new unlocked
it's a new.
level.
That's why I brought it up, because it's people don't realize how like different that is. Up there.
Bro.
The
And then
money
it was
in that
like,
as well.
right, we've got number 1, shit, and then we need another song.
Yeah.
Danny went studio and made another song,
Done
bro.
another one,
and he went
That's
number
what I'm
1
saying.
again,
He had a
bro.
couple in it.
Next one.
Yeah.
Like, so now we're like, right,
Greenlight was
2 in a
mad.
row. Greenlight was a big tune as well.
That was
bro.
mad. Still, that.
I prefer Greenlight as a song because it's like musically, it was, even
more-
though it was a pop song as well, but
It was more.
it had like,
It was more man than me. still.
Yeah, it had an
I think
element
so,
to
I
it.
think
yeah,
was more man
but
than me.
so that was 2 in a row now. We're like, raw. But now,
Roll Deep's so
Street
pivotal,
period.
man.
but
Don't you?
it's not just a good. There's a downside to that.
Right,
We're 2 number 1s in now, isn't it?
right.
There's no turning back
You got to follow that path through it.
or nothing.
Yeah.
Grime guys have said you lot have bounced.
Oh.
but
Pop fans are like,
yeah.
the pop fans just stand there like liking whatever's in front
And
of
they
them.
don't even really
So
know
low
you.
like that.
They don't really know.
Yeah.
No one knew us.
Yeah.
All the-
They just know the songs.
See, when we was doing Good Times at
Look,
Greenlight, we're a brand new act to
Yes.
these people.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say.
They're cheering for us like a brand new
They
act.
love the song.
Bros,
Bro,
Not
they
the
did
people.
not
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Could have been you four doing it.
bros,
Yeah.
literally. No,
You-
literally.
Bro, they
work.
wouldn't know. They wouldn't have noticed.
Wouldn't work.
Wow.
No,
Yeah,
I was gonna say
Maybe
Because I
not with
literally
the ski
remember.
mask.
You dickhead. Now I remember when you think.
But that's a good perspective, though.
But it's true, bro. I know. I spotted that straight away, and then we're stuck on this. Right, we got to keep having number 1s, or else we're fucked.
Yeah, where we going?
And I see the man. Then remember, in this 6 months, bags have been getting reached, bruv. The car, see outside the studio, bruv. The car park's looking all different.
Looking like a
bruv.
fucking showroom.
New thing.
Half the man them didn't even have whips.
Yeah.
Before.
Now they looking
And everyone who did, they got a different one, and everyone who didn't has got a new one.
mad rolly and that.
It's
mad.
all, it's all that. It's starting to be all that.
Yeah.
Not Bentleys and that. Wiley did have a Bentley.
Yeah, like,
But just
saying. Yeah.
bag was getting hit.
Yeah.
The performances, the money for the fit, like, everything's up.
Yeah.
So remember, no one wants to come down ever
Exactly,
again.
yeah.
That's the catch.
That
That's the
dopamine
truth.
as well, isn't it?
I think that for you lot though, like Roll Deep, obviously, when you think about all the other crews that are seen as like pivotal crews that kind of like foundation crews, basically like pillars.
Yeah.
You kind of think to yourself, like Nasty Crew, for example, to me, right? Their legacy is all the great artists who stemmed from there, innit?
Yeah.
The fact that you could trace so many people back
Yeah,
to that
yeah,
crew,
yeah.
that is their legacy, innit? Like, and then you think of like, say, all the other crews like So Solid, Cool, first kind of like man them crew to hit the number 1. It's like they held that mantle for a long time. But I kind of feel like with Roll Deep, even if purists, like true street music purists, might not fuck with them 2 tunes like that.
Yeah.
End of the day, to be able to say Raw, the number 1 charting Roll Deep, it's like it just makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how man talk on you lot, like for everything you put in. Do you get me?
Yeah,
You
Much
can have
rather-
that. You can have that,
yeah,
that
me.
one, and we won't.
Yeah,
That's
like,
what it
like
is.
both of
That's what it
them.
is.
No, for real. It's like,
I've
have
take
that,
them,
fam.
and we
Because
still love you.
have
so-
that,
I
fam.
think
Yeah.
there was a big section of people that were like that. Like, don't get me wrong, it weren't like in the ends and everywhere it was going. They was all like,
Yeah.
You lot did it.
Deserve it, bro.
because they've seen the Sidewinder stage.
Yeah.
and they've
You might have been
seen-
underground for like
But
15 years.
at
bro,
the same
and
time, for your people who are buying the music and like
Yeah.
making you number 1 or not, then you're dealing with different people.
New, like you said,
Because
new
remember,
crowd.
the ends,
Yeah.
the ends was never buying anything anyway. Like,
Yeah.
The ends just locked into your show and said, "Yeah, them not hard."
Yeah.
That which you need that.
Yeah.
That's your first up,
Even the shout out
But
takes
what-
us from a burner phone.
bro.
Right?
But
Yeah,
once
yeah.
you're up into like, there's people handing over money.
Yeah.
It's different.
Different
And the
thing.
people who's handing over the money for these 2 songs,
Yeah.
they want more of these songs.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Don't
When's
try
the
and give
next
us
album?
none of it. What? Even when we go to do shows, we're doing like a 30-minute set
Yeah.
of songs, not like a
Yeah,
live
yeah,
set.
yeah.
we're doing When I'm Here and this one and that one. And
No reaction.
Barely.
Yeah,
Like you will spot the people who knew Roll Deep before. Then there's
Yeah, you can tell the energy.
then there's all the kind of commercial crew. They're just waiting, anticipating.
That's
As soon
a
as they
mixed
hear
palette of
that,
music,
put your
innit?
hands up,
Going nuts.
bro.
Yeah.
Quickly, you just reminded me, bro. Not the same period, not the same campaign, but I remember I used to go raving a lot in Kingston when I was in uni and that. Go to the Works a lot. In Kingston,
Yeah.
I remember Roll Deep had a booking at the Works.
Yeah.
And obviously, to me, this is like Lord of the Mics kind of era, like Kane Wiley. That. So that's like, to me, Roll Deep still in their prime, like trimming that. Like that's prime.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, man, I got the word, Roll Deep are up there on next Monday. Man, are like, oh shit, oh fuck, this is like the maddest, because I weren't inside Winder. Man didn't go Eskimo when it was in SE1 or whatever. I didn't go to none of that shit.
Why?
So let me just finish my point. That you get me?
Yeah, my bad.
But that man didn't go to none of that shit. So I'm thinking, raw, finally, Roll Deep live, yeah. Man, them's all the whole batch calm.
He was in jail,
And the man start doing like Avenue and that.
See,
Yeah.
Man are like,
This-
but at the end though, man was shocked.
yeah.
Man was shocked, fam. I couldn't believe it.
He was
But
moving like Heartless
no,
Crew,
do you know why though? But do you know what though?
bro.
But remember though, bro, the place where man are perform, they play Garage and Grime every week. So man you get that Grime set where they play all the bangers and that.
Yeah.
So when man have come and done the Avenue thing, man
like,
is
what's
in
going
shock.
on, bro?
But then man have done Heat Up after.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And man didn't even know Heat Up.
Big tune.
But man felt, all right, bars. Like, man,
But
you get me?
there was two audiences then.
I remember.
Whereas, but once you had the two number one singles though,
Yeah.
the size of that audience has made that audience look like a piece.
It's dwindled the other one, yeah.
And not only that, this audience is giving us all this.
The readies, success, everything.
And don't get me wrong, there's loads of us. So it's not like one. If it was one man, he would have been the multi-millionaire. But like, there's loads of us to feed. But it was feeding everyone.
It's feeling good, yeah.
Because Target, you know what I was saying earlier about I can't remember what I was saying, but anyway, like with that, that was it. So like how rap is now pop, and good rap music, good grime music, it can become
Cuts
pop.
through.
Yeah.
And like now with artists like Central C, Dave, like they don't have to make a sound that
Not
can
at all, yeah.
change like really like part the ways of audiences in it. So it felt essential to realize like it's done and it's done in a good way, but the authenticity might be
100%.
It might confuse
That's
people.
all the people.
It confused me when it was
was
made, but I understood it even though I was like a lot younger.
That year was a great year, but like it left Roll Deep in limbo. Because once the third single came out, I think it went to like number 19. Remember, Once Upon a Time, 19's a party as well, bro. You're having a party.
That's
Top
true.
40 is a party.
Top 40, I was going to say that. Not in that era though, right?
It's the biggest, like, at that time, after
To
two
get on
number
top 40
ones,
is huge.
119,
Massive drop.
the big, like,
Massive drop.
What's happened?
It's a I can't even put out that much.
Even the
It's such a
expectation of the
flop.
P after is kind of going to.
No, but I mean, from the label side, though.
Oh,
Especially
the meetings
from
got
our side,
changed.
we're disappointed,
Yeah.
but from the label side, they checked out.
Yeah.
So did
yeah.
Because their investment wasn't really in their investment by the sound of things. Weren't in your journey.
It was
in the
song.
singles.
But the
Yeah.
maddest
It was
thing
in the
was,
moment.
it was the same label we were signed to
When you got the number one.
within a deep end. No.
Say they were signed back then when you had When I'm Here and
We
that.
done In a Deep End, that album, got signed, whatever,
Who
got
was it?
dropped. Relentless.
Relentless.
Yeah, we got dropped. Then when them songs came up in 2010,
They come and grabbed it.
they come and grabbed them.
Yeah.
And as soon as it started to dwindle again, they said safe again.
Chiefs.
But then we went and done an album deal somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we actually done another album after
Right.
those pop songs that kind of went under the radar because,
Yeah.
and also by that time,
Yeah.
me personally, I was seeing what was going on.
Yeah.
The man them, like I said, we're in a great position. The money's getting made. Suddenly it's album time. Like the man them don't want no beats off me and Danny and that no more.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What?
Like, the man them are going to work with
Who?
Johnny Stewart with the long hair who's
Lie.
makes dubstep that goes into pop, that goes into things.
Yeah.
I'm going to studio, I'm seeing these lots.
But you brought them to the dance, fam.
No, they
I
didn't
get
say,
it,
they
I get
didn't
it.
say that.
Yeah,
No one said we don't want beats
He's
off
just
you,
seeing
man,
it.
but
Yeah.
also, I can't make them pop songs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, it's almost like we know
Yeah.
Danny wasn't really too bothered. Danny
Yeah.
made a couple more.
Yeah.
But they was chasing the who's got the number one for us then.
Yeah. 'Cause
And
the
then the
beats
label
were
was
so
saying,
nice.
oh, going with this guy and going with this Don who's just done this for this and this. And I'm hearing, I'm going to studio sessions and I'm hearing this stuff and I'm thinking to myself,
This ain't it.
This ain't it. One and B.
Yeah.
This ain't it.
Yeah,
Like, this
it ain't it.
This
Yeah,
ain't
it's not
us.
it, bro.
Yeah.
Man, it's
So
experimental all of a sudden.
I checked like a little bit, checked out a little bit. And
Let me
then
go
them
back
lot
to
finished the
radio and we'll
album.
get back to doing this shit.
Them
Yeah.
not finished the album.
Yeah.
The album was terrible.
Yeah.
Let's be straight. The album was trash, bro. And it came out. No one listened to it.
What was it called?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You can find it.
If you find it, you find it.
But yeah, it just weren't it.
I hear that, bro.
And then from then, where does Roll Deep go then?
It's over, innit? Almost.
Like-
without saying it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like it never got announced. Like, but
People go separate ways.
no
and-
one wanted to go and make grime music. Well, them lot, what people was trying to do, they're trying
Grime's-
to repeat the last year.
Yeah,
which
of
was,
course.
like,
You want
crazy.
You know what
They're
it looks
coming out
like.
the ceiling at the Mobos,
Yeah.
bro,
Nah, I
on
know that.
platforms, and
Yeah. It's different, bro.
you're performing to
different, fam.
80,000 people at
Yeah.
on shows and crazy things. So you're
Yeah.
trying to go back to Watford and that.
This is why we have to really take time to give artists their
I
flowers
said it
as
to
well.
them. I did say to them all as well, man, them be ready for when this.
The gravy train finishes. Yeah,
Be ready, like. 'Cause
That gravy train when it comes to dries up, bruv.
ain't there artists though at that time, bro, that man could have worked with to almost try and preserve that placement, that position man was in at that moment, like. Because you had other artists that was moving at that time, though, like.
Well, like
Couple, man.
Tiny
Like,
Temper, probably.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
it
but
was still
everyone
man
was,
them, but
everyone was like.
tiny
No,
and whatever.
It was like still it was two worlds. It's either you bust in the commercial world
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
song or music that they all love,
Yeah.
or you carry on in this.
Yeah.
So like when Tiny goes over there, he's over there now.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not come back to
Pro
Aftershock.
Green, he's over there
But
now.
this is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that's
Tinchy,
where man's.
Tinchy had been before us, but
Yeah.
Tinchy,
Yeah.
you're gone over there now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because the music you made to get there,
Yeah.
you can't just come back and say, "Hey guys, sorry guys."
Just had a
We're
little
back.
stint over there.
Yeah,
Back
they
though.
know, they can see what's happening.
Yeah, everyone
I'm
knows.
laughing because it happens. Because
Bro,
this happens
yeah.
in real life.
I tell you,
This
I tell you,
actually
who,
happens.
I tell you who Skepta done it very well.
Yeah, Skepta
But
recovered
Skepta
it.
done it very well
Recovered
because
his Yeah,
none
some
of the
shit
commercial
songs, bro.
stuff blew.
You're
Exactly.
sick. No,
Yeah.
you're sick.
Exactly.
You're sick.
It
You're
didn't
sick.
go all the way.
I've made
Yeah,
this
that's
argument
right.
for
Yeah, no.
years, blood.
Yeah, it
He,
didn't go away.
like, that's actually
years,
is a
fam.
blessing.
Yeah.
That was a blessing because
So
Failed
happy
attempts.
sunglasses.
I never heard me say this
it
before.
was all like everyone. Do you know how many people slyly or
Sorry.
not slyly?
Triggered me, fam. I've been telling people that Michael Jackson shit, that
Let's just relax.
the Rolex suite.
Bruv.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you're lucky that it bust, bro.
No, but there was others, but Skepta wasn't the only one. There was loads of artists at that time was having their little.
Sorry, bro.
Was having a shot. Loads of artists was having a little shot.
But he was independent. innit?
even
Kind of thing.
Gets done a thing that didn't really take
yeah,
off.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Lucky for him.
But luckily, like you said, around like Skepta didn't. If you get propelled over there too
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
with
You
the
can't-
wrong,
No,
really come
sometimes
back.
no coming back.
Yeah.
they're coming back.
Yeah.
But I remember again being with Wiley and Skepta in Abu Dhabi
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah.
Like they was doing a Rick Ross concert. I was just on holiday in Dubai, but they came.
But it was opening up and that. Or?
Yeah, they came and got me. This is start of 2014.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
So
okay.
weird time.
This
yeah.
commercial thing's happened.
Yeah.
We've all seen that it's flopping. Grime's a bit.
Grime's not really.
It's a bit thing. This is
It's
just
living in-
this is
it's
just
living in
before
Birmingham.
German whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Skepta saying, "I'm done with England. I'm going to New York." I said, I couldn't get it. Like I was like, "How are you gonna?" And he's like, "No, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do it like how we did it, but in New York."
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's not
yeah.
going there to try and be like how a chip went and got signed and you're
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's
gonna
going
go
to try and do groundwork.
Yeah, raves. He did it.
I
remember.
couldn't. I couldn't see how it was gonna. I remember saying to him, "Bro, are you sure?" Like,
Yeah.
that sounds. But he's like, "No. As soon as we get back from here, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay." Where he told me he was gonna stay there. He's gonna be there a couple months. Gonna put in the groundwork, bro. See what he
Makes
did
sense.
there. That changed.
Yeah.
That changed everything.
That's like Drake
Yeah.
kind of bucked him through that.
He's
kind of
done
thing,
that.
innit?
It worked.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's making these relationships. He's met Virgil. He's meeting ASAP
Yeah.
and this one and that one.
Yeah.
And then German Whip comes out over here. Suddenly, ooh, Grime.
Yes.
Yeah, a little
Then he
outburst
does
of Grime.
that. Then that's not me, and it's like suddenly.
Yeah, he's the godfather of Grime.
And he's caught the start of that wave.
GOAT in Grime, sorry.
Yeah, but he did what he needed to do to earn that.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one else weren't trying to take it back to.
You got to respect it.
Yeah, you have to respect it.
And he produces his own music
no
as well.
acc-
So
yeah, it's no accident
Yeah.
that-
It's not like he just stumbled across some
and it
super
was a
producer.
conscious thing where he's like, I ain't doing none of this other shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
going back to.
Yeah.
I always remember that conversation.
Because that buzz like a Bumblebee stuff and that he was doing, and then pop songs were terrible.
Sunglasses
Yeah, but everyone everyone had a go. Like,
yeah, it's true though. Yeah,
There's like 4 of them that were bad.
just so happened that the road deep
Yeah,
ones actually went to number 1, which means you can't.
They were
hide
like
it.
full
You
on.
can't
They were
fucking-
full on though.
It's true.
Yeah, you can't hide.
Man, you
fucking-
know they tried it. It's in bad taste for you to slander people who are more known for it simply because it worked for them.
Yeah.
It's in bad taste.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
you tried to
Facts.
The good thing is,
You wanted
like,
it
I
as
think
well.
the
You
thing
wanted
as well,
that money.
the thing why it's not whatever people's opinions of what people like Roll Deep or whoever made commercial music then, like I think the thing that I am happy about is when people look at Roll Deep's legacy, people still go to the foundation thing first.
Yeah, I listen to Roll Deep
Doesn't
still
get
sometimes.
that don't get overlooked. In terms of if you talk about Roll Deep and you're from a certain era, you're not just gonna.
I don't think of.
No one's gonna say,
Green
"Oh,
Light.
they're those guys who had those."
I don't think of
It's
that.
more like they was that
Yeah.
crew.
They were that crew.
That
the biggest crew
and
everywhere.
then
No matter what area you're from, Roll Deep was the
Facts.
biggest crew.
Yeah.
so like,
Facts.
I'm happy with that legacy. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's not tarnished.
It just was a bit of a spiral down.
Yeah,
from
because it's the
fucking-
buzz. It goes so high.
Yeah, it's so high. Like that 2010 was such a like.
Because there were still record sales them times, and then the
bruv,
record
record
industry
sales was
kind
crazy,
of
bruv. You're
diminished
doing
after that.
100,000 a week.
That's what I'm
them
saying.
singles.
That's big money, bro.
100,000 a week they're doing.
Like after that, when streaming come and that, and the game changed, bro. Like
Yeah, game
downloads,
changed.
MP3s.
Artists, streaming has turned out good for everybody.
Now, yeah.
But
yeah.
it's the measuring.
There was a weird ground though, wasn't it? Where it's like Apple Music didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
And it was like iTunes or a CD that's rarely printed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So
Now it's like the one good thing about, well, not one of the good things about streaming is it's like the revenue, it just keeps going.
yeah,
So like
easy
in
access
them
for
days,
fans as well.
yeah, if you had a hit single, it'd sell for 2-3 weeks, then it would just tail off.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
They're not even pressing up more copies.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, it's limited
Now
stock.
you have a #1 single now.
Yeah,
Like people stream, but thinking
They
Green
come
Light
back.
Good Times have got millions of streams.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
old songs,
Yeah.
but it's making new money. Same with whatever people like. I think streaming it's just constantly gonna be bringing you revenue. What does need to be sorted though is the
money
labels are making bread, and artists are making bread, but that ratio, just
doesn't add up.
people who are signed,
Yeah.
it's not
It
really.
looks to be though more artists that are like. It looks like there's more artists that are eating a proper food now though
Than
than
back in the day.
any
Oh,
time.
Way, but yeah,
Ever.
now
Especially
it's
the youth them.
now it's
Like,
definitely
it's what he said
Eating
though.
big food
About now you
it
need to
looks
be
like.
you and pop.
Yeah.
So that's why it's more common. You can be
Authenticity
you.
sells a lot, like-
I think
Yeah.
there was a time when you had
Oh,
to
yeah,
conform
oh,
a little bit to get in a label door.
100%.
Do you know what I
If
mean?
you're now we're in a completely like it
You
was
can wear the Pooh Shiesty now.
all the
And
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the things
video
we
on your
spoke
block and you got
about.
number
You
one.
ain't got to wear a suit in the music video.
No,
Like,
you
go and pop anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can literally like people
the
want
big lights and that.
like being yourself is a thing now.
People
I mean?
now
Remember,
prefer to
it's-
see someone on the block rapping in a tech.
Yeah.
This is all like,
what I mean?
but remember, this is all like the people that started street, like modern art era, like us lot's modern era of street music. So no disrespect to the Skinny Man and Roddy P and that. Fully respect what you man did. That's just not what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about from man's modern era. Yeah. End of the day, a lot of demographic, in my opinion, I'm not the expert, just an opinion, innit? Like I feel like there was a time when man are making certain music like the Roll Deep music, Pirate Radio, Deja, all this type of vibe. And there's a lot of youths like who, like, their parents didn't really want them listening to that, innit? Like that's not what, like they had to go against the grain to even be listening to this. Like not everyone's from that environment where it's like, raw, they're talking my lifestyle, man know them off the block, whatever. It's like some people's like, raw, like, what's that shit you're listening to kind of thing, going against it, like. And so you almost think, and I'm not trying to, I don't want to sound rude, bro, but you know, sometimes people who ain't from it can sometimes come off like a beg, like in a way, like, because I know you're a fan of it, but you're not really, like, it's
know
not your
about this
cloth,
thing.
bro.
Don't
Like
know
you're a
about
bit of
this
a
thing.
fan, like. No, fan's cool, but do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a difference between being a fan and being of it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And I
That's
think
why 50
now,
Cent was so big globally, because it's like a safari park.
Yeah.
You can drive through it without hearing.
you don't have to be of
you
it.
feel,
but you can,
you feel like
you
you're
can
driving
take
through
it
it,
in, yeah?
protected.
Take it in.
To hear what happened in his environment, but you don't need to go there.
But people don't. But the thing is that people now, it's like you don't feel like a beg no more. To be like, okay, I'm not from the streets, and I don't have any first-hand
think they're
street
now, bro.
knowledge. No, but back in the day though, it's like you, like even in the grime scene, like there was a period where it's like, right, a man couldn't be a Wally, innit? Like,
Yeah,
and be
you wouldn't
in
get the
that
mic.
team.
You wouldn't get the mic. Simple, like.
Couldn't be a Wally, like.
Yeah, I used to have to bully people for the mic.
So now, but obviously now it's a thing where it's like couple generations down, couple decades down the line, it's like, raw. You don't have to be tough to enjoy tough music.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, do you get me? Like, you know, whereas before it's like, you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I get your point.
You can middle of England. Someone in the middle of England listens to Slimzee when Slimzee's talking like Grease, whatever. It's like it's just appreciated as music, like more so. Whereas back in the day, I think it would be like raw. People are worried about their
like
kids,
gigs,
fam.
for instance.
Like, what's
Gigs
my son listening
Gigs
to?
got blocked a bit in the UK, didn't
Yeah,
he? So I
100%.
get what you mean. It was
100%.
too real.
No, I think, but all the
Too
time,
real.
those times we're
They know
talking
it's
about,
real as well, though.
the times we're talking about, all these early times, that was all banging on the door.
Yeah.
For
So
these
that-
youths, so they can
so that
live
this
like
can
this now.
happen now.
Yeah, I agree.
That all happened so that we could be here. And
definitely.
Dave in Central C has been the #1 for 9 weeks.
Mental.
Like
Mental.
it's a joke.
Yeah.
Like all of that has helped to create.
They just dropped it on a Thursday on YouTube. Simple. And now #1. Like it's not really like a
It's
mad push.
crazy.
Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
And then definitely
But
laid
this is
foundation.
what keeps me so
Excited about it. Yeah,
amazing.
Like, look at what's happening.
I
now.
big you up for that because it takes a lot for some. It takes genuine passion for someone to do it this long, bro.
Yeah,
That's why we have to give you the
100%,
flowers
like,
as well.
And
bro,
I would pack it in
what I
right
mean?
now if I didn't.
Yeah,
still, but
literally.
I feel like I'm more excited than ever. Like, there's always something fresh that keeps me excited because we're now able to do so many things. Like after this, I've got to go to a music editing spot thing for Grime Kids TV drama now.
See, this is what we just said before you pulled it up. We won't get into it because it's going to be too long.
Yeah,
but you had the book Grime Kids.
Yeah.
And are you turning the book into a show
Well,
or is it a spin-off?
It's adapted from the book, so it's not the book on screen.
Right.
Which is what a lot of people
thought it might be.
Would imagine, which makes sense. But it's the story of 5 fictional boys
that's better.
who live in Bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the garage times, when pay as you go and everyone exists.
It's going to be a great show, bro.
So we're in it, like we're in there, but this is not the story of us.
Yeah.
It's the story of these 5 boys. They're in it. It's
based on
it's
loose
rhythm
events.
division.
Back in those
It's
days,
rinse.
this is sick.
It's rinse. It's
that's
rinse.
what you should do.
So-
That's the way to do it, I think.
The last thing that I can remember that was like this was
Sick, fam.
Dopplet drama.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I remember
like-
that being amazing, but
East
it,
London's
like,
the best.
But
it never got the exposure that I felt like it should
So
have.
then this obviously honours like
East
real
fam.
events. So like
Because
and
that's
real
Double
moments
drama
and
was a
real
drama.
places. So this is.
I hear
like,
you.
I know some people are going to be like, but I wanted to see the book on screen.
Nah, I don't think so.
And
I think
maybe
this is
that
better.
might be a movie one day.
Sure,
This is
yeah,
better.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
This is
But
better.
One day,
this makes more
that's what
sense.
Yeah, so
This goes further in my opinion.
but it's done.
It's telling the story in a different way.
It'll be on soon. It's coming on soon. It's just for literally wrapping
Really,
up
really
the
excited to
last-
see that. Man.
Yeah, I'm
last
excited for
bit.
that.
That's
So,
actually sick.
so if you get me, one thing to take away from it for the listeners, go get Grime Kids the book because it's only so much you can fit in a 2-hour podcast. But blood, like the story's mad. It's like 20 plus years, 30 years, bro, of grinding.
Yeah, that's mad.
You know what I'm saying? Putting in the work in the music scene to build the UK music scene from like the foundation up. You get me? I was blessed to be around early to see the Roll Deep shit and the Page Go shit. So again, it's always been love, bruv. Apart from my little salty 2016, it was always love. So
I
you get me?
didn't even know. I'm just
Yeah,
finding out
independent
today,
soul.
man.
Like, it's good because you will now understand when other people get salty.
Yeah,
'cause you
yeah,
understand
100%.
the
Yeah,
Yeah, but
dynamic.
it's so easily
100%.
done, bro.
Yeah.
It's so easily
Yeah.
done.
I think we spoke about it once, and then you just were like, "Oh nah, bruv, man," and I was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah,
whatever."
over the years,
Yeah.
like a few times,
Do you get me?
some people have like
Yeah,
they've expressed that they're not happy in it. And
that's mad.
but it's usually
Nah, you know what? Me, bro. I was just like, blood. I feel like I inspired it, that show, but I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
because
yeah,
it was
yeah.
just because
Yeah,
it
but
was timing, bro.
truthfully
That's all.
like that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like
Nah,
that.
nah,
I
of
can
course,
see
of
why
course, yeah.
you would have though.
No, but it was dope. Like it was sick.
It's
bro.
mad because
every
it's
episode
crazy
was
as well
dope
because
as well.
after I done them in depths and they started doing well, I started to see tons of long form interviews.
Right,
And
so this is what
I started to think, right.
People are copying
But
me
then I
as
thought,
well.
no, shush, calm
Influence.
down. You had to say to myself,
Yeah.
stop, because
Yeah.
you didn't start doing. I didn't start.
Do you get it?
I didn't start doing interviews first.
Yeah.
But it's easy to.
No,
get
bro, you're right
cool.
though.
Do you know what I
You
mean?
are right because if we do you know what? It's good you said that because if we're being brutally honest, the studio we're in now, the guy that obviously set up the camera
Yeah.
and just said safe and that's Savage Dan. This studio birthed my podcast, Chucky, which is HC podcast with Poet and that. 3 shots of tequila with Taser and whatnot. These are all like the first UK, let's say, man-nemy, urban, whatever they hate the word urban, but podcasts from the man them that are in the UK, it's early doors, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's early doors.
It's
So
important, bro.
you was in that with that show as well. Do you get it? Because
Yeah,
NFTR was around similar, but
similar around
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it kind of was a bit different.
Yeah.
Because it was like a online.
Everyone's got their spin on things and their angles and their way of like.
We all influence each other, bro. That's
especially in this podcast world, which seems to be like
the new craze, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw it from early, bro, because I used to listen to Taxstone.
That's what I'm saying.
In America, like, and his thing was like audio only on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So you go listen, and only 15,000 people listen to the show. So you know you're here early. Do you get me? And that's why I started it with like SAS, and then went on and done Stamina and Ill Mill and PDC and shit. But it was like at the time when you done the online show, I was like, fuck, man, like he's killed it early because he's got the big studio,
bro.
the light.
I enjoy it.
He's got the BBC mics.
These times that building was new as well. That building was fresh,
looking
bro.
sick.
That's a £1 billion building.
Because you know what it was as well. I'm chatting to Mega Man.
Oh yeah.
And Swiss and that, and I'm like,
and
it's like, blood. At least Target come to my show, and then it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, I didn't even know. There could be someone else who's watching it and thinking exactly the same thing.
Yeah, 100%, bro. But
I
I'm only bantering anyway, bro. I'm trolling you still.
You
know I'm trolling. It's love, always love, bro. Every time.
And we're here as well.
Yeah, good energy from early, bro. It'd be very, very hard to dislike Target, bro. If you did, you're probably the problem, bro.
That's the truth. Might somewhere. I don't know. I don't know them, but
that's like them. You know what I mean? But it's one of them ones, blood. But
probably a couple of dollars.
Bro,
somewhere.
appreciate you for coming through, pulling up, being a man of your word. We're definitely coming to the GRM Gala with you next year. Yeah, we're coming to the GRM Gala next year.
Posty and the gang.
You're coming, we're coming, blood.
Or more so.
Remember me, Posty?
Yeah, hey.
But
at the same time, yeah, I'm ready, bro. But at the same time, big up on your career, bro. Keep blossoming, growing, doing your thing, because you've touched so many fucking people's careers in a positive way. You've opened doors for the UK scene. You deserve your flowers, bro. No, you know what I mean? Keep winning, bro. And I hope this Grime Kids thing takes off on the next level.
It needs to, bro.
You know what I'm
saying? Few years putting this together, bro.
Stew still.
Yeah, it will.
Stew.
Boom.